Hey, welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and Tasha.
Yeah.
Tasha, so glad to have you. Tasha's
Mhm.
sporting the Sandman vibe today. Um,
The
Lovely,
the best. It's the best.
wonderful. So we are back at you with some Mad Chats and Recaps for the week of 29th through August the 29th through September the
Yes.
4th of 2022. We'll start off with what we always start off with, The Forsaken, which is every Monday night. So last week, a bit discombobulated after the resurrection of Addie, Gerbil's dead wife, and Geneva, Aurelius's once assistant, everyone regroups to figure out what to do after they leave the Northern Crown. Juniper stays behind in the mansion for a nap, while the others go looking for information. Speaking with Deft, Zephyr's tabaxi brother, they try to convince him to give them the time device that he has, to which Deft seems reluctant. After some discussion with Nadronal, they find out that the tabaxi may be more trustworthy than they imagined, and to decide to approach him once more, he asks that in exchange of access to the time device, if they will help him rescue Zephyr, which is someone who used to travel with the party, from the library once they're ready. They agree, and afterwards, Agnes Alpen approaches them with a strange offer to travel with them for a time in order to experience the world. Meanwhile, Juniper and Zafar head up the mountain to fetch the Warforged, who has now been awakened by Miki and added to the Warforged network created by Arbane. The Warforged now calls himself asleep and is ready to help the party wherever he can.
He named himself Asleep.
Yes, because when he was first awakened, uh, Juniper was telling him, like, oh, you were asleep. And he was like, asleep? Juniper was like, yes, asleep. So, and
Makes sense.
asleep is Jonathan's new character.
Asleep.
Yeah, so Jonathan's now playing a Warforged who is just now waking up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that should be fun.
yeah.
That should be
He
fun.
played him really well. It was funny, super cute. So what happened on last week's The Penumbra Assembly, Tasha?
So, the morning brings a wonderful breakfast and the departure of Quinn and his wizard friend Carl Jr., not to be confused with Carl's Jr., to their other plane. As the adventurers leave the inn with the intention of making their way, finally, towards the forest, a delicate, cloaked figure approaches them and says that Lady Amicure wants to speak to them. Talking a few minutes to suss out their true intentions, the group follows the cloaked figure to the Royal Theater in the theater district of Amicure. There, they are taken to a back changing room and to a face to face with Lyra. Just as jumpy and frightened as before, the group hesitantly warn her about the guards in the city and that they could be hiding things from her. They find out more about the setup of Amicure, as well as who the guards report to. In exchange for her trust, she asks them to investigate the forest, saying that her guards won't allow her or her assistant in there. The group agrees just as guards burst into the theater. Panicked, Lady Lyra's assistant, Satara, asks everyone to follow her to outrun them on their way to the forest. After a lengthy chase, they finally outpace them and make it to a secluded edge of the fenced off forest and eventually inside. Traveling deeper in, a hawk seemingly guides them to the remnants of a village. Inside one of the homes, they find a journal making some sort of calamity that happened around, or marking, sorry, some sort of calamity that happened around 15 years ago. The strange thing is that everyone had said that the plane is only 10 years old. What?
Da, da,
What?
da!
What?
Yeah, that was a fun reveal. I love it.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Wonder what'll
I
happen.
know. I know. Yeah. And the hawk that led them in there was like in the house and just kind of like sat down beside them in the house that they found the journal in.
Oh,
So it's
I
interesting.
love it.
It's
I
interesting.
love it.
Like
It's
the
probably the same hawk that was on my fence yesterday,
oh
or a
probably
falcon.
that's it.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
That was something.
Excellent. So on last Saturday's In Extremis, we didn't have In Extremis or Obsidian Scar this past week, so we'll give you recaps from the week before. Last Saturday's In Extremis, our sky pirates finished making their way across the desert to reach the town of Purity Plains. This is telling me to activate the markers, so I will do so. Yeah, maybe. There we go. Nope. Okay.
We're professional.
After finding it to be a ghost town, they took a long rest and did a little further investigation. Lisanna found a perfectly balanced town sign and gave it a spin or two before returning it to the saloon. She also found some interesting booze that gave her a several-hour buzz and a firing burp. Brilith and Sinister also tested the booze before heading over to the giant stairwell built inside the town's massive well. Reaching the bottom, they found a long cave carved into the stone that brought them to the grand city of Vathanaloke. Here they discovered that Vic's parents were among the Whispers. People vanished from the city after claiming to hear strange whispers in the days prior. The sacred text also stolen away. The crew spoke with the mayor and volunteered to help to find Vic's parents and the missing people, and set off to do so at the end of the session. Not season.
Same thing. Yep.
So yeah.
Still impressed with the pronunciation of the city because wow,
we've said it a couple of times now, so I feel very sure of it now.
Good.
Yeah. Brilith and Lisanna were pretty drunk for a bit, a little giggly. People were tying them, like using ropes to tie them to like another person, that way they wouldn't fall into the stairwell. Probably a smart idea.
It's very smart.
Yeah. So on last Sunday's Obsidian Scar, Tasha, what went on?
I don't know. So our heroes, deep in the crypts of Kellenvor, under his great temple in the Cassadothian Pass, worked quickly to navigate through its winding passages to find the relic Lashana required for the trade they bargained with her. After a suspiciously easy escape with their bounty, they parted ways to prepare for their departure to Harassa. The next days were spent shopping, writing, searching for the mysteriously disappearing tieflings, having terrible nightmares filled with blood and the undead. Yes, more shopping and chocolate cake. Jules, after months of accumulating the necessary components and studying the ancient infernal text with Linnet, finally casts the first spell from the Tome of Great and Terrible Powers. Almost costing him his life, he emerged from the ritual exhausted, an ever-growing halo of dark matter surrounding him. But with a mind so vast, none of the Isles could dare rival him. Hoping to recover in the safety of the Sea Ward, the crew set out for a slow but safer course towards their home base in Harassa, only to be intercepted by an airship of the Aristilian Empire, seemingly in pursuit of Ileana.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I still don't remember the chocolate cake, but I didn't remember it last week. I don't remember it this week. I don't know where the chocolate cake came from, but I must have completely been I was
Drunk?
drinking, so I
yeah.
probably
I was right.
kind of missed that.
Right.
I was buzzed for sure.
So proud.
Thanks. So that wraps up our recap. So we don't really have any announcements. We have the merch store still happening, still working on stuff for that. We don't have any birthdays, I think, this past week. I will say in a couple of weeks, not this week's Penumbra Assembly, but next week's Penumbra Assembly. So I think that's the 14th of September. We're actually going to have a guest on the Penumbra Assembly for an episode. So super excited about that. Mark your calendars. And yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for you. We'll see you in Twitch. We'll see you in Discord. And we'll see you next time. All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
No countdown.
Oh.
2,
Hands over here.
5.
Hi,
1.
everybody. Here we are.
We're
we live?
live! Hi!
We should start counting in different
Stephanie
languages.
can't do countdowns. This is
Are we muted?
No, we're not muted.
Dry.
Okay, good.
Ice.
What? Why would you think that we're muted?
Just Dan.
I'm just reading things I shouldn't be
Oh.
reading.
Oh,
It's fine. You're
What?
fine.
what?
Nothing.
What are you seeing?
Hi.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nope.
We're
We're good.
just reading 50
Good.
Shades of Grey. It's fine.
What's going
No,
on?
thank you. The
All right.
Forsaken.
I'm so confused right now and a little
Mm.
scared. Welcome to another episode of The Forsaken. This is episode 115. Thank you so much for tuning in. Actually, let me just make sure that I have, did I do that right? Did I put the right episode title? Yes. Okay, cool. Not title, but number. Okay.
It's episode 123.
New Dinkum and Drama RPG. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's get started.
I'm asleep, the
here.
Australian robot. What?
Let's start with your inspiration rolls, please, if you wouldn't mind rolling and putting them in the Zoom chat, please. All right. Oh, not in there yet, Stephanie. Okay.
Oh no, my computer's struggling.
Uh-oh. Your computer's like, don't make me do dice.
Did you roll? Did you roll, Kazeel? I'm not seeing your number in here.
I'm typing a message, but it's
Okay.
3. Because I have a message I'm typing. To
Okay.
You, sorry.
All right.
4.
How many children does
Oh,
Kazeel
Renarius, you got 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the money roll
Renarius
where it's a
gets
number
it.
times tab.
Wow.
4 was the number. So
Nice.
congratulations, Renarius.
Nice.
Has inspiration for the
Yes,
episode.
Awesome.
All right. So let's get started with a summary from last week for episode 114. Where'd my music go? Come back. Oh, it just stopped. It's fine. Okay.
Direct message sent to you at your
Jesus.
leisure. No rush. There's a correction about the music. No, I'm just kidding. Just a question. Wanted to prepare you.
Okay.
That's all. Thanks. On your own time.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right. Okay. Let's get started with the summary. A bit Jonathan?
Sorry.
Oh no!
A bit discombobulated after the resurrection of Addie, Drubal's wife, and Geneva, Aurelius's once assistant. Everyone regroups to figure out what to do after they leave the Northern Crown, or at least try to start figuring out what they want to do. Juniper stays behind in the mansion for a nap while the others go looking for information. Speaking with Daft, Zephyr's Tabaxi brother, they try to convince him to give them the time device, to which Daft seems reluctant. After some discussion with Nadronal, they find out that the Tabaxi may be a little bit more trustworthy than they first imagined, and decide to approach him once more, asking that in exchange of access to the time device, if they would help him rescue Zephyr from the library once they're ready. They agreed, and afterwards, Agnes Alpin approaches them with a strange offer to travel with them for a time in order to experience the world. Meanwhile, Juniper and Zavar head up the mountain to fetch the Warforged, who has now been awakened by Miki and added to the Warforged network created by Arbane. The Warforged now calls himself asleep and is ready to help the party. All right. Okay. So, everyone, I think that you had just kind of, remember correctly? Did you just finish up conversations with, like, asleep? Being introduced?
The
Yeah.
sleep was brought to the crown,
Yes.
the main camp, I guess.
Yes.
Mm.
And then I think the last thing we discussed was Asleep pointed out that his deity was in Kazil's pocket,
Oh yes.
and that
Right.
was
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
that was causing him some
Yes.
questions.
All right. So what do you want to do? It's about midday.
Okay.
People are going about the tents in the Northern Crown. Yes?
Mhm. Oh, just right. So let's get this forge to Mickey, and we'll get it set up down there. I think that we were headed to do that. Did we do that already? No, we asked Mickey. Yeah, because Mickey was like, "I can make some room, and we'll have to like move some stuff." And so, but I think that it was around there that we stopped. I think we're already at that place
Mhm.
with Mickey.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I completely forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
you were asking Mickey to make some room at the
If we could
place.
set up there. Yep, and Mickey was like,
I think
"Yeah, just
Asleep
gotta move some stuff."
Asleep contacted him.
Oh, that's right.
We still hadn't walked back. If we could fast travel
Oh.
to
Oh
there.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. That's what I was
So-
thinking. I was like, I don't think y'all had started that
Yeah.
quite yet.
No, Asleep
But I've-
contacted him and then like speakerphoned.
Okay.
His response.
all right.
Nice.
So yeah, it takes about an hour and a half walk up the mountain to get back up to, you go through the grove, you see the sunflowers, you see the house off in the distance, right before you go into the mountain, into the cave. And hour and a half later, you are there at the area where Mickey is.
Mickey!
Mickey,
Hello,
I have
friends.
returned.
Hello, Asleep. Nice to see you again. Please
I
help me.
reported stories about Zavar
Oh,
Wait.
lovely.
because Zavar told him all the stories when we walked down the first
That's
time.
right. That's right.
that's
Yes.
right.
I explained everything that I could.
Do you need another journal?
No. Maybe. No.
If you
No.
do, we might have one or two
Calculating.
that you could use. But if not, that is good. Asleep, would you mind helping me move some of these books? And trying to move some shelves and
right.
books to help
The-
clear an area for... Mickey's already taken down a couple of portraits and leaned them against the wall. We'll look
how's he
to
doing it?
Juniper. What?
He has-
Oh, that's
he has
right.
He doesn't have
monkey legs.
arms.
That's right.
He has
We'll
monkey legs.
say
You
that
can ask for
Mickey is using Mage Hand, knows a little bit of magic, and is using Mage Hand to
Just
help
banging
with
his head.
the moving. So
Nice.
yeah.
I'll roll up my sleeves. Just tell me where to move things, and I'll help.
Okay. All right. Yeah. With the three of you helping, I would say it would take about probably 20 minutes to get everything moved, to make some space, and you have a couple of bare walls there.
There is
And
so
the,
much space for activities.
Yes, indeed, Asleep.
Well, I believe that this will just integrate once it's opened up. I think. So, is there? I guess anywhere is for this area over here. All right.
Will it
That we clear?
burn the books?
I don't know. I mean, not intentionally. But I've never done this.
Please try to avoid burning the knowledge, please.
Knowledge is power.
Indeed, Asleep, it is.
Good.
Hey, well, I'll just hold the forge. I mean, we're gonna set you up and kind of talk to it, or try to. We're gonna set you up in a new permanent place. It's the Northern Crown, and it's sort of a safe place from the library. And now some of the folks that from the place where you were before, the Dwarven City, might be here. So I just want to check with you. But I know you said once we do this, that's it. Is this an alright place with you? Since you kind of asked, to be elsewhere.
You hear a voice in your head, Kazil. This will work.
All right. Is this Apari?
Is this what?
Is that her name? Apari?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I was trying to
Hey,
double
Apari.
check, but yes.
Blessed be my
Oh,
deity,
okay.
Potpourri.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh, that's a typo. Let's see. Hey, all right. Well, here we go. There's some books here. The current you'll be sharing the space with a Warforged named Nikki, and they just ask that you be careful with the books, that the books don't catch fire or get damaged. If doable, we'll slowly set it down.
A little tiresome, but okay. I will try my best.
Thank you. It's okay if we come visit you too, right? Have we done well by you? Is this what you were hoping for?
Of course, Casil. I would
Right.
rather be used than left in a cave.
Well, when you said you didn't want to go back to the dwarves, I just want to make sure that this is a place that you do wish to go to.
It seems like a nice place. Seems like it could be protected from what I can see.
If anything ever happens, you ever need us, I don't know if we keep any sort of communication, but let me know. I'll find a way to make sure you can message me.
I'm sure I could get through to you by the Warforged, perhaps, Miki?
I'll get you a sending stone, just in case. I
Okay.
want to make sure you're taken care of. I'll set it down on the floor.
Okay. You sit down on the floor, and some... Whoops. How did that happen? How did everything
Oh no!
just get...
the books.
Everything got completely,
Kazil's
like,
slippery hands.
downsized. This is
Nice,
great.
nice.
No.
Some magic will
Nikki's
come
legs
out
get crushed.
from the small forge that you placed on the ground that was shrunk down to fit into your bag. You'll see some magic kind of swirl around it and engulf it, and in a flash of light, you'll see it just kind of form and shape into the area. Looks to be maybe a little bit smaller than it was before, because since it is kind of fitting into the space. But definitely taller than it was before, as it seems to kind of go on and on, as well as does the room itself. Has a very tall ceiling. Yeah, and then it is there in the space, and you'll see the spirit kind of come out from the wall. Thank you. This seems like it will be doable. Asleep.
You know my name.
Oh, this was Stephanie.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so asleep, you feel
Aw.
very, of course, drawn to this forge. It has almost a hold on you somewhere that you can't quite place deep inside. Like it's
He
pulling at something.
he immediately will just go into a kneel just like
Oh.
Oh. The spirit will kind of almost go down to Asleep's level. Yes. And who are you?
I'm
You
asleep.
are one of the ones. You're the one that was awakened last on my forge.
Yes. I'm not worthy. He's not looking up.
You will, everyone will see this, and you'll feel kind of, and see kind of in your peripheral asleep, this kind of, because, while there's form to this spirit of the forge, it is a little bit spectral as well. And you can see this kind of spectral hand just kind of brush up against your face, asleep. And even though you can see through it, you can almost feel kind of a little bit of a warmth there.
The flame on his head will.
There is no need to kneel. asleep.
I'm sorry. He'll stand up. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I am glad that you are awake and that you are alive. What do you plan to do with your time?
Help them. Descendants, feed library, protect them. Write notes.
You will learn much asleep. And eventually you will awaken to yourself. And you'll no longer be asleep, but awake.
Okay.
You'll feel another hand kind of caress your cheek asleep as the spirit kind of goes back up, and right before I will start to kind of merge with the wall a little bit more, and we'll look at you, Kazil. Is there anything else that I can help with to repay you for relocating?
No payment required. You're stuck in a bloody cave and seemed like you were being used against your will, didn't as you described it. So if we brought you to a better place, then well, that's great. You don't owe us anything.
They weren't good people, but I'm glad to be found by better ones.
I'll make sure that the leaders of the city know that in case any of those dwarves are here, and I'm sure it's not them as a collective, but any of their leaders, I'll let them know about the history you have with them. That's what I'll do, so they can safeguard you against anyone trying to use you or anything like that. For what it's worth, the city might ask to use your services as we're fighting sort of grand battle for all in existence. But you don't owe them, you don't owe us. Do what feels right to you. Charge if you charge for services, but don't feel obligated.
Thank you. With, you're battling against a great power.
Aye, the Great One is called. Yeah, there's a couple other names, right? I'll look at a sleep. Maybe a sleep notes. Is that something you have in your network?
Bastille
The
Sim.
Watcher? Aye, right,
Ancestor
that's two.
to Renarius Sim.
Oh, aye. Right,
He'll take
that's
another
his-
step away from Renarius.
That's trying to bring it back or whatever.
I hope that the city doesn't fall into darkness. Hopefully it can stay in the light. As all of you are. Good
City's
luck.
falling. Very dangerous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Aye.
Well, if you need anything, I will be here. Asleep.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Don't waste your time.
Okay. And he'll turn around and leave. Not wasting time. And he'll just walk out.
And she'll
Oh,
give
he's
like
so literal.
kind of a slight
I love it.
bow, and then kind of merge back into the wall of the room and the forge. The glow in the room kind of dulls down until there's only a little bit of sparkle that remains.
That's incredible.
Nikki's like, that was interesting.
Aye. The books are safe.
Yes, books are safe. You'll hear a voice in your head. Kazil?
Oh, okay.
I forgot one more thing. And if you look around, you'll see that Mickey, a pair of spectral arms, grows out from his body.
Oh, nice.
He will kind of look and will start kind of moving them. And it has the same form as the spirit of the forge did. Incredible.
Massive gun shows. Boom, boom.
Oh, they're still built. I take an apple out of my bag and underhand toss it to him.
Oh.
Suddenly.
Catches it, pelts it back.
It hits one hand and it kind of almost bounces, but he's able to catch it before it falls.
Oh,
I got it.
I have half a message asking to talk to the spirit to give him arms. So that's good. That's awesome. It's like, oh.
I figured, a Spear of the Forge wouldn't want to see like a War Forge not quite finished. So
Yeah.
Mickey will kind of go over to a table and just start picking up things, like not even with any purpose, just picking them up and sitting them down.
Oh.
After probably about 60 seconds, Sleep will walk back in. We are wasting time. Mickey, you have hands.
Asleep. I have arms. I
Right,
haven't.
we are wasting time.
Hey.
I haven't had arms since I was human. Kind of look up to the forge, which is now just a forge. It looks like just a forge. Thank you. Do you need anything else before? Are you leaving now?
I think. I'll look at everyone and see if anyone wants to stay.
Asleep, like walking in place, like.
No, I have one other thing. Just a moment, please. And I'm just going to head over towards the forge area and kind of say something quietly to the forge, which I'll direct message you.
Okay.
And then, all right. Whew.
All right.
Where to? Oh, I have something to sell before we leave, in case anyone has anything they need to buy. Maybe we should get some healing potions. I feel like we used a lot recently. I'm gonna rummage in my backpack and see.
I can heal.
That's
Are you injured?
No, not.
I can heal you. I'll just like stretch out his hand towards Kazil's face.
Oh, it's the healing!
All the healing.
Yeah, I don't have any healing. Well, that's good to know. Asleep, huh? You can heal. Excellent. Right, so, all right, and I'll follow Asleep if they're eager to go.
Okay. Are y'all heading out of the room? Mickey will say, I will lock the door when you leave, but just have Asleep let me know if you need back in.
Right.
So, as you head out of the room, back out to the cave, you hear a very large kind of click of a lock. There you go. Where are y'all heading next?
I'm gonna go to the market to sell the thing I mentioned earlier.
Okay, all right. Take about an hour and a half to get there. To get back down to the an hour and a half to get back down because you're walking down the mountain from the place. So you're looking at probably late day right now, probably around like 4 o'clock. Getting close to 5. Able to find the market, able to find a couple of tents that sell like magic items, deal with magic items.
Okay.
Hey, can I help you?
Hey, folks around said that. Sorry, is anyone else here? Is anyone coming with me to sell and buy? Okay, nice. Right, so aside from Dave, whoever's there, right, I asked around, and everyone said that you're the person to see to that you'd recognize the value in magic items. I have
Yeah.
what I wish to sell. It's in the process of recharging, but I think you and I both know the value of this. And I take out a big ass book out of my pouch and put it down
Oh.
on the counter. Oh,
Wow.
there we are. It's a hell of a read, as you probably know. I don't know if you've ever seen something like this. There's so few in existence. Very
Yes,
rare.
this is a tome, right? A tome of
Hey.
leadership, right?
Eye and
Starts
influence.
flipping through a few books
Hey.
here.
So it's a bolster of someone's innate charisma. And it takes some time. Obviously, it's an investment because you have to wait for it to recharge. But
Right,
but there you have it.
Well, let me just we don't deal with these much, but I think that it might make it more popular to the people that are here. Let me just check some books here for a second.
Oh, hi. I've also heard that these just, to add to the funds that you can get for it.
Yes.
That a lot of people make it sort of a family heirloom because it can be passed down through the generations because it recharges over time. So, once it recharges, the generation gets to use it, and then we'll pass it down to the children and grandchildren and the wee bairn until it's recharged again and it stays in the family. It is just a sales pitch that you can make to folks if you're, looking to add a little flavor of mystique.
If you want to roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, sure. I'm going to do that in D&D Beyond since it's a pricey item. Persuasion.
Yes.
31.
Gosh, that's disgusting.
Wow.
Let me just take a look here. You'll see another customer kind of come in. A little bell rings as they open a door, come in, open the tent flap, I guess, and start looking around. Kind of give a little wave. Oh, hey, Bruce. Okay, I'm gonna write down a number here, and you can let me know if that seems like a good offer. Okay.
It's his phone number.
It is Kazeel.
When you roll above a 30, there's only one outcome.
I think that's good. I think that's you're a fair merchant. Now don't forget, and I'll lean in and just be like, this is about how much they're going for, upwards to, and I'm just gonna scribble out the first number and bump it up 2 digits, just for when you're looking to sell. So you give yourself a fair overhead. Want to make sure that you're taken care of too. But this price for selling, perfect.
Make another persuasion check for me, Kazeel.
Okay. And I was just trying to be nice.
Was there a charm? There should be a charm check, right?
Jesus.
26.
Performance.
He will pass you. He'll kind of go without saying anything. Kind of go to his, his a box underneath and start putting. You'll hear the clink clink of gold into a pouch, and the sweet sound. And he'll pass it along. 35 in there for you.
You're too kind. Anyone that asks me about magic items, I know where to send them.
What's the name of the shop?
Did you
Did you even ask yet?
I'm just looking around to take it in. Yeah.
Actually, you probably wouldn't notice that many shop names here because, or any names on things, because since they're kind of in a transitional stage and still kind of building, there probably wasn't a shop name outside.
Is there a name to the shop? So I know the location here, but just to make sure they get to you.
Sorry, we don't have any signs up yet, but I was called the Magic Horseshoe before.
Magic Horseshoe, because you're so lucky.
That's what they say. Bruce, you need anything? You need any help finding anything today? Just looking. Gotcha.
My Pegasus threw another shoe yesterday. Need a spare.
Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
Daddy drugs.
Oops, wrong thing. Damn you idiot. Oh, do you have any I'm like, that's not right. Do you have any healing potions?
Hi. Yes, I got some of those. So which kind are you looking for?
Let's see. I think that if I had to choose, let me just quickly look at. I'm so sorry, everybody.
You're fine.
Potion of healing. I think. How much of your superior?
Oh. Let me see here. I can do superior for about we'll say since you've been helped me there, about 2,000 for superior.
Ooh. All right. And the greater. All
Greater is 200.
right. I'll take 3 greater and
Yes.
1 superior, please.
Okay. I'll give you a little small crate with the 4 potions in it, and we'll take your gold.
All right. Ooh.
That'll be 2,600.
2,600. Okay, thank you, friend. Thank you. All right. That's it for me, everyone. I'm here with a whole crew looking to make your sales quota today.
Hello there. The
I'll just step
Warforged,
aside.
yes.
Oh, I didn't know Sleep was there. The Sleep was probably wandering around waiting for everyone to,
Okay.
to just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Sure.
Is anyone else buying anything? No? Okay. All right, sorry. So I guess that's just me. But thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And again, lucky horsey. Well, we'll send people your way.
I appreciate it, yes.
Have yourself a good day then.
You as well. Good luck with your things.
Thank you. We'll be sure to save the world. I'll give it a
I
wink.
hope so. I hope so. His turn. Bruce, what can I help you with? You're looking around too long. Let's get something in your pockets.
Bruce is buying drugs.
Mm-hmm. Right?
That should have been my new character, Bruce.
Oh, yeah. All right, so what do y'all want to do now? Sure, this is a Wendy's.
Hmm. Oh, kitty! Head to the tick box.
All right.
Shit. I guess that's everything, right? So where to next, everyone? Are we just
Where did we
getting
go?
ready
Where
to-
did we go?
Well, I
Let's
think
not
we
waste
should-
time.
Right.
What are we doing?
Hmm.
Are we heading to Estesa to kill library?
Oh, no.
Let's not waste time.
Oh no! Yeah, that's
Little-
too direct. I think we're gonna head to. First, I have to just talk to Natano quickly about the forge, and then, I'm sorry to sleep. I'm sorry. And then we can head to. I can't think of the name. Starts with an A.
Empress.
The altar?
Altar. Mm-hmm. And we can start sending messages and oh, I can ask O'Donnell about the key, the teleportation key to the altar.
Mhm.
I agree. I would like to learn that key as well.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Honestly, I kind of use it all. I was sort of hoping I can could bother you to have that one. To Nadano, and not that we have to role play it out, but I'm just gonna let Nadano know about the altar, and then let Venarius ask about the key.
Okay. All right. Is everyone going, or who's going to talk to Nadronal?
I'll go too.
Okay.
I mean, I
Yeah,
might as well
just-
say
yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Asleep will go because he's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
As you're going to find Nadronal, you'll see Athera approach you, which was the dark elf with the cloak, the hood that was part of the the founders. Will approach. Hello. How's the day treating you?
It's Founder Athera.
You'll see a bunch of scars on her face.
Oh,
We'll say that her hood's probably pulled back during the day. Long braid of white hair. I just wanted to let you know that I believe you probably know that your dark elf friend Pixrin, well, tiefling. Sorry. I hope that y'all knew. Anyways, but
Asleep, surprised.
she's gonna be working with me. We're gonna try to just wanted to update you, I guess. She's already kind of set out on what she was doing, but I said I would give y'all an update before you left. We're just gonna try to find out more about the city where the Great One's being held in the Underdark. Find out about the people there, how devoted they are, how many people are guarding. That's kind of our goal. I'm not saying that Pixrin's going there, but that's kind of what we're looking to find out. So, hopefully that's helpful. Here, she'll give you a sending stone in a bag. It was way that I can reach you if we come up with any news. Sound good?
We're gonna miss you, Pixin. Is she there too?
She already left. She said.
Okay, she's not here with this person. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, let Pixar know, please, that we'll miss her, and thank you. Caring for a friend.
Definitely, yes. If I don't expect to, but if I hear any whereabouts of Varys, I will let you know.
Thank you. Please do. Jeez. That's a wild card.
Yes. I believe that your well, never mind. I'm sure he'll find you. And she'll just start walking off. Right? So, you head over to Nadronal's tent. You, what do? Do you just go in?
Which thing were we going into?
To Nadronal.
Oh yeah,
You said you wanted to talk to the dragon.
Yeah, no, I said we don't have to role play it unless anyone wants to. But I was just going to let Nadronal know about the history, the Dwarven state's history with the Forge, and that the Forge doesn't really want to, exchange too much with them because they were tribute, and that
Okay.
Daenerys was going to ask for the key, the teleportation key to.
Sure. Do you want me to save you a spell, and I can have some of our mages here send you to where you need to go? I can still give you the key, of course, but
I mean, both would be wonderful. Yes.
Okay, we can do that. He'll
Thank you.
give you the key to where was it you were wanting? To the altar, right?
Altar.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Don't you
You,
think so?
you've done so much for us. I'm hoping we can be an asset in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And it has been very interesting to get to know you.
He'll come over to you, Zavar, and hopefully someday we can talk again.
I hope so too. I mean, well, I think we can almost guarantee it.
I will try to work on my communication up until that time.
Well, and do your best to help everyone be safe and well while we're gone.
Good. I'm sure you'll take very good care of them. He'll kind of awkwardly turn to the rest of you. If you need anything at all, just let me know. We'll help you however we can. I've already given you the sending stone, the bag, but anything else, just send word. Don't forget your friends as well. And did Agnes find you and talk to you?
Right? Did she? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She
For
asked
some
to,
of you.
She asked to travel with some of you, but I'm not sure that you passed that on to the rest of the group.
During that hour and a half walk, I definitely would have told
Okay.
everybody about that. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for reminding me.
Okay. All right.
Just ripped on
Is
that
she
end.
leaving with you?
What was our consensus? What do y'all think? Kazil's okay with it. Second chances.
I think Renarius was okay with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sleep doesn't know there's anything wrong with her, so Sleep's just like,
Yeah.
more merrier.
Oh, nice.
Founder with us is great. Unless Founder dies and puts Northern Crown in danger. In which case we will feel incredible guilt and shame.
Zavar, you feel and Junie are okay? Okay, Zavar.
I don't have any misgivings. I think that it's more curious than anything else, so let's see what happens.
All right. Shall we travel with us? Hey.
Good. I'm sure it will do her good to kind of get away from here. Just, you know, I'm pretty sure she's fine, but just always be careful, right?
Aye.
Especially after what happened the other day.
Aye.
But I haven't noticed. She seems more like, well, she seems not as troubled, I guess. Definitely doesn't seem like how she used to be, but
Good.
who would be after all that?
Hey.
Well, do you need to do anything in the city before?
Well, you're open to us sending people here, eh? Like as we recruit people.
Yes, I believe you asked them that last time, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was just to make sure.
Yes.
You're okay with us sending time devices here
Yes.
to be stored with Mickey?
Correct.
I think we have the bag. I think we have a bag with Mickey, right? There's a bag we can send things back and forth.
To Nadrano, not to Mickey.
Oh. Do you feel safe with that in your person, or can we leave that with Mickey, do you think?
I feel pretty safe with it.
All right. Just that you were back to another plane quickly the other day, and so...
Well, that was Agnes's doing, who will be traveling with you.
But other people can do that, I think. So
True.
if you feel safe, then I guess then we'll just.
Yes,
I'll
I
move
would
around
rather
with
keep it on
everyone.
my person.
All right. Can I insight and see if there's
Sure,
anything
yeah.
shady about that at all?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Think
No,
anything like
Drenel is
it has
founder.
to be
No
me.
need to be worried.
Yeah. Case is anything dirty 20.
Yeah. He seems sincere in wanting to keep it with him, and there doesn't seem to be any, like...
So I could use
Yeah.
them.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Alrighty. Right. No, I think we're all set. Anything for anyone else? No. All right. No, we're good, Natano. Thank you.
So you want me to take you to my people to get you... Okay.
Please.
As a DM,
Yes,
I'll
please.
remind you, you don't have Ingot with you. You don't have... you don't have
Oh,
Ingot
we'll
with
Very-
collect
you.
everyone else. Yeah.
You don't have
Is
Agnes.
the Magnificent Mansion still there?
No.
sure.
No.
Mansion is about to die out.
Yeah, it would have been... Yeah.
Did
I think
we
we already
take
figured
it
our
there?
stuff out.
Gotta
Yeah.
check in with
What about
Geneva.
our
Is Geneva staying
fancy
here? Geneva
Fae
going with
friend?
us?
Oh, yeah, you have Geneva as well.
What's our
collect
fancy Fae
everyone.
friend?
Are you waiting
Igard?
to take Geneva with you? And a
Well, we're
guard?
gonna ask her what she wants to do. Igard, sure.
Just ask
I mean,
these
yeah,
NPCs.
we're gonna ask Igard.
So
you know,
Geneva, so Ingot, of course, will... Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Oh, what about Zatara?
That's hair 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Zatara.
I think we talked.
And
yeah.
in fact, Zatara's already said that she'd be willing to go with you.
We are.
Ingot
You're-
would go. Geneva's going to... I think I'm going to stay here, if that's okay.
Of course.
I just feel a little bit more protected here than out there, and I really know. I mean, if you need anything, from me, you can always contact Nadrano, I think, right? Is his name? Let me know.
Aye, of course. We've done plenty already for everything, Geneva.
So, I should probably tell you. Let's see, would she have seen this happening? Yes, okay. I noticed that, she kind of looks around at everyone, looks at you, Casil. Can I talk to you privately?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So she'll
I'll
kind
be
of like
right back.
step off to the side, step out of the tent or wherever
Truth
you're
is
at.
important.
So, I am kind of I noticed you were hanging out with a fairy. I don't know their name.
Yeah, Egog.
Yeah, earlier today, and
Thanks.
after you brought me back to life. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I should let you know. So I think now, I mean, of course, I've been dead for a bit, so it might be a little bit of might not be thinking clearly, but I think that fairy was part of the. Just kind of look around. Part of the. Oh, see, there was a group of people that was pretending to do things, pretending to do things for us.
Oh.
For me and Aurelius. The planes, right?
Aye.
Going into, we said we had groups going in. Well, we found out that the reason why some of them were disappearing or being destroyed was because this group was going in and sometimes sneaking in to the plains and draining it of everything
Oh.
for the library. I think. That's what me and Aurelius kind of came up with.
All right.
And, I hate to tell you this, but I think a guard was one of them. That's his name, right? The fairy?
A god. Does this jive with the other information we have, like about a guard from, I think from Zatera? About a guard being like a plant, like the
beacon.
library. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
So the plant would have happened recently.
This is before.
This
Oh,
this
shit.
could have been before. Yes, and you haven't talked to a guard really since his memory was replaced. I just wanted you to know. I noticed, and I didn't want you to. Oh, I wanted you to be aware of I guess who you were talking to. I mean, granted, it wasn't just him; it was other people with them. But and it was a while ago because so maybe they've changed. Second chances.
Second chances. Thank you, Geneva. That's some
Yes.
very important information.
Sure. I'm glad I could help. Again, and she'll kind of like give you a sudden hug. 'Cause,
thank you, Geneva. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cast identify.
I
Ritual.
appreciate it.
The hug lasts for 10 minutes.
I don't think Aurelius is still alive, but if he is, try to help him. He's not a bad person. I don't think he understood what he was doing half the time.
We will.
Okay,
We will.
thanks. And she'll kind of like, go off and, give a wave, a bye to everyone in the tent. Bye, it was good seeing you again. And if you ever come back, we'll have some tea together.
Lovely.
That is very nice. Who are you?
Oh,
Geneva.
asleep. Oh.
Hi, I'm Geneva. It's a pleasure
I'm asleep.
to meet you. And I guess these two, Juniper, I think you're Juniper and Zafar, right? It's good to meet you too. I mean,
It's good to meet you.
you saw me being this morning, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
no
It's been-
introductions. So.
Yeah, things happen pretty quick.
It's been a day, it seems.
And I mean, what can I say? It's not every day you see something like this happen.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I'll see you when you guys come back victorious, maybe?
That's all. Oh, Geneva.
victory.
Did you come back with that
Optimism.
sending stone? I don't even know. I mean, it came back with your clothes, so I didn't even know if that came back to you.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I think it was in my pocket.
all right. Well, then if we need you, we can reach it directly.
Oh, yeah, you can talk to, and I can talk to you. Great. Okay,
Anything you need.
wonderful.
I'm so sorry, Geneva.
Right? Y'all are the owners of the Torchlight Committee, so I'm kind of your assistant.
Lovely. Listen, if you can set up a place here that has pastries, like at the
Okay.
cafe,
Okay,
that would be fantastic. Or
She'll
just
kind
a
of-
new cafe here.
like grab like a thing from somewhere and be like, okay, new cafe. I'm really good at cafes. Really good at setting those up. Okay.
An oil can for joints.
Oil can for joints. Got it. Anything else to have ready here?
I think that's it.
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
A cafe with some nice, strong but flavorful drinks.
Okay. All right. A hard cafe. Got it. Okay.
Hey,
Yep.
and I will put down. I'll direct message you. I'll give her some money, like to get
Okay.
started, because
Oh, thank
overhead.
you. All right. Hopefully they get all these tents soon. It's a bit. Okay. All right. Great. And she will. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
call it the Go Hard Cafe.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Go
Hard,
Hard Cafe.
hard
Thanks,
cafe.
Geneva.
Got it.
You should set it there next to that rock. Call it a Hard Rock Cafe. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I couldn't even. I couldn't
Jonathan.
even stick with it.
Kicked from the call. Bye, Jonathan.
It was a good run.
He's gone.
Yep.
Time to bring in Bruce, my third character.
All right. So Geneva will head out. You have Ingot with you.
Zatara.
Zatara's with you. Yes.
Shit.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
what other
everyone.
NPCs can we grab?
So
Hold on, we got-
listen. Oh, good, Tegan, please.
We got Ingot, Egard,
Maybe.
Agnes.
We need to talk to him because we just found. Well,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna wait. till
We don't
he's
know
all set.
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
and Zatara, right?
Yeah.
The only one staying back is Geneva, right?
Yes.
Hey.
So far.
Thank you.
So Geneva shared with me that there was a group. So you remember with the Torchlight Committee, there were a group. Some of the little bell jar sub dimensions were getting broken and destroyed. Well, there was apparently a group that was feigning allegiance to the the Torchlight Committee, and they were the ones going in and sapping the energy, or otherwise destroying some of these. And she believes that Egard was a part of that. Now Zatara tells me, I'm
Truth
worried,
is important.
right?
Where did this come from? Okay.
Because last week
What's that?
Judy said truth.
Oh,
was
that's
important.
right. Judy said truth is
Sleep was-
important. That's right. Okay.
Right. That's awesome.
Be careful what you say around this guy. I'm
Yeah,
telling
for
you.
real.
I'm holding you
Add it to
responsible.
your personal Bible from the the truth is important. And now Zatara said, I think she shared with all of us, maybe, or maybe I can't remember, but that the library had used a guard, had changed his memory, and then used him as a beacon to find us, so they could track us. So Egard might not remember. Part of me would like to go and there's a person in town that can restore memories and such.
Well,
And I'd
didn't
sort of like to bring a guard there.
didn't they,
Who
didn't
did
they
that?
already restore his memories?
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Do you think, Tegan, that we could use your zone of truth, magic, and wait, do you
If
have
I-
zone of truth?
Truth is important.
That's the other fucking character, isn't it?
That's my
Does
other
anyone have-
character. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all just haven't really talked. Like you saw a guard like briefly, I think the day before, but you didn't really talk to him really.
So, I hate to hold things up anymore, but I think we should talk to a guard first.
No,
and
certainly.
Does anyone have that truth-telling spell?
Truth is important.
I mean, I've got something in here that can help loosen his tongue. If
What do you-
there's
oh,
if there's nothing else that anyone else has.
No.
Nothing.
Truth is
Do I
important.
All right.
Asleep. Do you have a way of helping to either cause or deduce the truth?
Of course, truth is important.
Yes, but can you?
Oh,
Uh,
you can do that.
Hmm. Can you tell? Can you make sure that if someone is not telling the truth, that you can tell us? Do you have
Yes.
that ability?
Are you not telling the truth now? Are we not being honest here?
Oh boy.
You'll see
Some-
like arcade energy start to like well up. You know?
Asleep.
No!
Asleep. We are being truthful. We are not sure if Egad is being truthful. We would like to
Okay.
know for certain. Can you help us determine that?
Yes.
Aha.
All right.
Then we would like your help, please.
Where is this Egard?
Oh, shit.
Stand down, stand down.
Let's find it
Yeah.
out. We'll walk in an order and asleep. You can just monitor the back. We'll just leave a bit of buffer between you and
Yeah.
the guard when we first get there.
Yeah. Yes. Stand behind
Just to
me.
play it safe. Thank you, Asleep. I appreciate your contributions and your
There we go.
willingness. Right, but let's not waste time, right? Aye.
Don't waste time.
All right. Don't waste time.
Right? I'll go. Well, I guess
get a
we'll just
guard.
head to a guard.
Okay. Make whoever's leading the calls make a perception check for me.
Probably me. If that's okay, unless someone else is.
I mean, you told
Oh, yeah,
you
you
told
do
us
it.
like to stay back, so
Nice. 31.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that you're able to find a guard
Stop it.
pretty quickly. He is kind of out back in the tents area, just kind of sitting like near the cliff, just kind of like looking out.
Alright, I'll walk up. As we all walk up, I'll just. Hello, guard. And I'll take
Oh,
a seat next to him, I
hi.
guess.
Hey.
Hey. So, we're all here. We're looking to get going.
Yes.
We wanted to talk to you first, given those, revelations, and do you have any memories for town and such?
Yeah.
I hope you'll understand. So we were hoping that we could. Trust is quite a commodity right now. It's very difficult to come across.
Yeah.
Truth is important.
And we think that our new friend here, Sleep, can sort of create a space to where you kind of lie. Would you be willing to hold tight in that and answer a few questions for us?
He'll kind of look at you, Kazil, and yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So
Truth is important,
rub his
and,
neck and rub the little back of his cheek. I'm sorry to have to ask you. I hope you understand.
I do.
Asleep you'll see the flame on his head, and like he'll like blue arcade energy just like just a blue field just surround us in 60 feet. I cast Zone of Truth. So
Shit, that's awesome.
anyone not willing to, anyone who's wanting to fight, not telling the truth in this space needs to make a charisma saving throw.
He's willing.
Everyone else in the party is currently in just,
Just
throw that out there.
You're gonna lie?
Yeah,
I
if
mean, this is a
anyone's-
personal question
If
for each of you.
anyone's not willing,
21.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Okay.
I'll wait and see. If I feel like lying, I'll roll.
What is this save for?
What,
So-
you
Explain
would
it
resist
again.
the effects of the
Are you
zone
going to
of truth.
resist the truth? Because if you succeed, then you can still lie in the zone of truth if you succeed.
So
Oh,
Or you can
So
just
Sleep
accept
will
it.
know, I think. Right?
Asleep just cast a 60-foot, not 60-foot range. What is it? 15 foot
10 foot?
radius.
15, yeah.
foot
Yeah,
radius.
15-foot
A
radius.
zone of truth, which would probably hit most of you, if not
Okay.
all of you. So if you think that your character would be like, I don't want to expound all the truth, then you can make a saving throw, a charisma saving throw,
Okay. Thank you.
which is what Juniper
Uh,
did.
Yeah, and she succeeded.
If you're
Well,
willing to tell the truth, you don't have to make a roll. Yes,
Okay.
Dan.
As a small note, I think that Sleep will know if someone has passed the
Failed.
save.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
as past.
Fail,
yes.
or if they say, I think they know either
Oh.
way. I think the spell reads.
Oh yeah, you know
That's
whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. So you do
Uh-oh.
know that Juniper saved. You also know that Ingot failed.
Oh, dang it! Oh,
Uh,
baby, don't do it.
Asleep doesn't really know who Igan is, but Asleep is just
Nice.
if Junie looks around, he's just making eye contact, like just staring, like
But the truth is important. Yeah.
he's
The
been
truth-
alive for 12 hours and his world's already shaken.
She's
Nice.
Did Blackberry succeed? No.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Oh baby, let's see.
It's so cute.
Yes.
That's so cute. Egard, hey, so thank you. We just there's a lot of information being passed around here in the Northern Crown, and we know, of course, that you shared, Zatera shared that you had your memory modified and you were used as a beacon. We've come across some other witnesses that say there was a group that was acting with some subterfuge and almost espionage in the Torchlight Assembly, absorbing power from different demi-planes and destroying them, and that you were likely among their number. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
What? Why?
I guess at first we believed in the cause of the library. And so the library found out about Aurelius's worlds. Well, found out that he had them. They originated, of course, at the library, I believe, or at least from someone who was at the library at one point, and they found out that Aurelius had a bunch, that a few was keeping them, and that he was sending groups in to explore them. So
Right.
I was volunteered, and a few others, 6 others. One of them passed not soon after we got into one of them.
Oh.
So mostly just me and 5 others went and collected information and kind of helped them collect and destroy.
God, what are there people in these?
No.
All right.
I don't have any excuse. It seemed like at the time that it was necessary. I guess that's how it was kind of put on us, that these shouldn't be in the hands of Aurelius, and so myself and the others, yeah. And then eventually a few of us we didn't want to be there anymore. We didn't want to be in that position anymore. So
What
tried
changed
to,
your mind, God?
when you destroy planes with people on them, it tends to weigh heavy. So I tried to leave, as well as Yerna and Thorfuth. Yeah, they caught me, at least. I believe they caught Thorfuth too. I think that they killed him. He wasn't magic. He wasn't a mage. He was more of a brute force. But they knew they could use me, so they imprisoned me and hurt my hands. So, because you remember when you first met him, he had. Yeah.
Right. So, anything about that you've regained with your memories that we should know?
I mean, they're very convincing. The library. You look at them now and you think that they're bad. I know you all do, but just they have a way of making it seem okay.
I'll look around to see if anyone has anything.
Yeah, that we destroyed quite a few planes, so. And when I saw the assistant today, I knew that she'd recognize me. So, I was kind of expecting y'all to stop by.
Are there any other big revelations about you and the library or anything?
Oh. No. Nope.
What
The
do you all
last-
think?
The last deceit wasn't on purpose, but this one was, so. Well, after I remembered it was, so. I wouldn't have told you if Geneva wouldn't have seen me. I didn't want to be hated more. It's fine. I'm not gonna go with you.
I'll just walk out, kind of put my hand, around your neck and just kind of pat and do a little pressing. I think that take what you've been given here and do better with it. Just kind of pinch and let go. Step over with everyone else.
Kind of look at you, Kazil, and quickly at the others, but then back at you. Sorry. Luck. And it may not seem like it, but I'm rooting for you. And I'll just kind of quickly walk past everyone.
Well, I can't say that I have mixed emotions. I'm definitely very grateful that we were able to learn that, and I'm also very grateful that you made it easy on us by choosing not to go. That means something. Kazil, I can tell that it means something to you, but I, for one, feel much better with this outcome. I certainly hope that he's able to become better and make better choices. But this worked out very well. And Asleep, thank you very much for your service. Oh my god.
The truth is important. And he's still staring. He's staring at Judy.
I just looked and I saw the stare and I almost lost it. Yeah. But I only wish to speak before you do, Kazil, because I do not wish you to feel the burden of explanation or to give you some time to hold on to your emotions. But I think this is our time. I think we are ready to. I think we're ready to go.
I'll turn and pat you on the shoulder a couple times and give a little
Mhm.
squeeze and just start walking.
Okay. So it was Nadrano that was going to send us to someone
Yes.
to send us.
Yes.
How were we given them? Were we given a direction we were pointed to, or do we need to? Did Nadrano say go that way?
I'm already walking to wherever he said. He said
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, he would have
Okay.
he would have done that. As y'all get closer to, where he pointed you to go,
Okay.
you'll see Gerbil approaching the group.
Oh,
You thought you were going to leave without saying goodbye.
I was gonna wait, but it's here. I'm like,
screw it. I'm just gonna run up to him and just grab him.
Yeah. He'll hug
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I'll walk up and with a hug gesture.
And as he's hugging Kazil, he's gonna whisper in Kazil's ear, "You're not off the hook that easily." And I'll squeeze his claws kind of dig in a little bit.
Man.
So you've heard. I heard you were all getting ready to go, and well, I know I disappeared. For I just wanted to say goodbye, and I guess I wanted to properly introduce you to my family, and Addie and Losa will be there, and this is awkward. I know.
We're losing Junie
But-
quick.
Addie and Lois will both be like, "Hi."
Yeah,
Oh my god.
But yeah. And real quick, Judy, can I talk to you alone?
Is that
Just
zone
walk
of
this
truth
way here.
spell still going?
No.
It's
10 minutes.
technically
You
it stayed
saved.
on a spot. It stays on a spot. So
Okay.
it's still there's. If anyone walks over to the cliff now, let's walk over to the
Nice.
cliff, Judy.
Yeah. No.
No.
That's smart.
Hey
for
everyone,
either of
let's walk away from them.
Jer won't go far. I know you don't. If you don't want to talk, we don't. I just wanted to. I know this is a lot. But you don't have to say anything. I mean, I
Mm.
just don't. You can still, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think I could have ever given you what you wanted. I wasn't sure about that before, but I'm barely. I just had 10 years worth of memories dumped in my head, and I still don't think I can give anyone but what just don't. There are better people out there than me, and don't get hung up on me, because I can tell you I'm not worth it. So just it's okay. And I mean, don't let Kazil off the hook for this either. You know, give him some crap for it. But don't hate him. He's just doing what he thinks best. If you need to hate anyone, I mean, hate me. I'm the one leaving. So, but
Wait, you're lucky I already got out most of my yelling out with Zavar earlier, so I'm too tired to yell now. So,
well, it's also, you know, I'm glad you're able to talk to Zavar. And it's okay to talk to people. I see you still have the Warforged. He seems different now. I don't like it.
He talks, so you know.
Well, then
I don't like it.
there's someone. Well, maybe you can talk to it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
staring at you
Oh God, is it? Oh
quite
no.
intensely. Hey,
Oh,
what is up with that?
We just just got off on the wrong
Right.
piston
Well,
boat.
yeah. Well, you know, the world's ending. There's only up. Things can only go up for you, for all of us. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Kazil's talking to my wife. I'm getting nervous.
Oh.
As you should.
And then he said,
Yeah.
I'm not off the hook yet. I don't understand.
Addie would just like very, just cross her right.
Shank.
Yeah.
Shank. Right. Well, it's good to be going. All right. Good luck out there. If you need me, contact me. We'll be staying here for a bit, but we will eventually be taking Shanad back home to Lysadir, and I'll check in with our contacts down there. I'll check in with Javika, and if I can, we'll swing by Leighton, the ghost house portal guy. So,
We'll
but,
take care here and on your journey.
all right. Anything I should know? I see that Agnes lady's going with you guys. Is that good?
I'll fill Gerbil on anything we've learned that he might need to know, I guess.
Did you tell him about? Do you tell him all about Igard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You need to talk to people.
Dribble dad talk.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Actually, Dribble will tell, kind of like pull Kazil over. Solving everyone else's problems doesn't necessarily help solve your own problems.
Sometimes I
So-
feel like mine are a bit too big to. I don't know where to start with those.
We're all descendants of crazy magicians trying to destroy a world with a god that's one of our own. You're immortal.
Yeah.
Just talk to people. Don't make it flowery. Don't try to be all suave, Kazil. Just
Oh, I just
Just
don't
talk
even
to-
try. I just. I hear you. I'll
Stop
say
it.
jokingly. Like,
Dribble punches him a fourth time.
It's just like,
No.
you're gonna need that superior group. Superior elocution, huh?
Nice. Yeah. No. Thank
Right.
you, Dribble. I'll take that to heart. I will.
Also, if you are still immortal after any of this, stay away from my daughter. And on that note,
Something new, right? Half bugbear, half elf. Imagine the possibilities.
no, I think that just makes her a half elf. I think that's what a half elf is.
Yeah, but half elf doesn't have like furry skin.
Have you ever read the Inheritance trilogy or cycle?
No, I haven't read the Inheritance trilogy.
There is a furry elf in that book.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there you go. There's Losa. All right. So, Gerbil, you
Yeah.
say your last goodbyes, head off from the group.
And the Incredibles theme music will play, and they do a like correct pose, and family roll out.
Oh man. Dun, 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 dun.
Nice.
And everyone else will find Neutronal. He'll take you to some mages to get the teleportation circle started. We'll teach you the code for it, Rhaenyra's, for the altar. And you feel that you'll get around in the teleportation, in the transportation circle. And let's see here. They would probably have to let you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's a matter of a teleportation circle is a matter of time. You can rush as many people through as you can. It's teleport that's limited to number of people.
Okay. Okay.
It's like a mad rush through the.
Okay. Cool beans. All right, so they will get everyone through, and within the next moment, you arrive in the altar. So we will take our bio break there.
Works.
So everyone watching, tune back in about 10 minutes, and we will be
Ish.
back. Yeah, ish. All right. See you soon. Mics are hot. Unless you don't want them to be.
So, teleportation circle.
Nice. It's just mages doing that in our faces.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, I need to go to the restroom.
It's like a high school stage production where like they did the lights and you just see all these people move like the sets in place.
Yep. Everyone's wearing black.
Yeah.
want to like peace out and be like, oh, where'd Joe go?
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, my head's kind of everywhere tonight, so
Yeah.
have fun.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're out?
But yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm like getting more tired than usual, and this might turn into one of the other episodes where I fell asleep on camera.
Aw.
So
Womp womp.
Well, be well, good sir.
good night, viewers.
Okay, bye, Joe. Alright. Get that fixed then. I was gonna do notes during the break, but this is fine, sure. Let's see here. Just need to do. I guess you won't do that this time. Oh, but I should probably do that. Don't mind me just talking to myself, it's fine. Everyone's in the right place, great. Okay, let me
When the people in your head are the most.
try. I mean, seriously. And those are good. Okay, cool beans. Alright. I always expected it to be such a trial because it used to be such a trial, but now that I have everything like set up right. Just
Good.
had a couple of clicks. I'm good.
Click, get it done.
I'm so hungry.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah. Alright, but I do need to do some notes before we start back.
Peanut butter.
Alright. Yeah, so interesting thing, which I can just tell at the end tomorrow. I noticed, so I had Tabletop Simulator running a little bit ago. Just because I thought you guys would be heading somewhere else, and that was not where you ended up going. So I have stuff written out for that, of course.
What?
Oh, I thought y'all would want to go somewhere else. So I was telling Frank I had Tabletop Simulator up because I had stuff to do going, but that's not at all where y'all went to.
Oh.
I thought y'all would go to Trindelag first. For John, but that's fine. Yeah, I was telling Frank is that
Trindalog that we named Tabletop
So-
Simulator.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. So, I was telling Frank, Dan, that, or about ready to, that, I had that running. I had Tabletop Simulator running in the background and doing that whole with my video thing again, where it was, choppy. But, it wasn't doing it in, because I know in Streamlabs I have SnapCam up, so it was pulling from that, and it wasn't doing it with that. So, it seems like just a Zoom thing.
Makes sense.
Oh. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's still happening. Even after the drop is I tell you, I have missed it. I have missed it today.
Is it getting to eviction point? Do we need to have
No, not at all.
Take eviction?
We're not addicted.
Yeah.
We're not addicted.
I'm in one of those deep depression states, and that's my escape.
Well, it's just like I get a message on my phone. It's like Badbird streams. Think of 3 a.m. I'm like, this isn't healthy.
Listen.
It's not. It's definitely
Like, I mean, because first my brain's like, well, I mean, that's on the West Coast, and I stay until 3 a.m. But then it's like, wait, stays on the East Coast.
What are you doing? Sweet rain so long without some stuff.
Well, it's like, I looked it up, and it's like, it's still in early access. This isn't even a full game yet.
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna get this baby.
5 seconds.
No, listen.
Steph, make it happen.
Give me
Oh,
no.
here,
Give
go.
me no. Give me a minute or two. I need to do this before I get back into.
Yeah.
Shisk.
there is some.
This is
Those are
because
sweet
y'all.
guys.
This is because y'all went somewhere else. Listen.
I mean, we were discussing our options before stream.
When I was getting other things prepared, yes.
So it's just going off road.
Listen, Jonathan. No. No. Absolutely not.
You don't have to. I mean,
Not with
I'm
those
a DM now.
shenanigans.
I get it. Even when I'm running, an adventure from a book, you're like, hey, let's go to this mage college we're not supposed to get to for another 3 chapters.
Right? Yeah.
You guys are definitely not leveled up to be here. What? They're chaos. They call themselves the Chaos Group. Like, that is legit what they call themselves. and I was like, you could have just told us, that we're not going to let you in. And I'm like, are you kidding me? If I told you guys you weren't allowed in, you'd spend the next month trying to break in.
Yeah.
Like, I threw an owlbear at you guys to show you, do not come here.
Oh,
And you still came.
It's like the path to the split path to the forest where one's all doom and gloom and one's sunshine.
Well, it was one of those things. Like, they needed an encounter because they're going through the woods, and so I rolled on the random encounter table. And they killed these little imp things in like 5 seconds. And then they needed to like, why are these things here? We must investigate. I'm like, no, I rolled on a random table. Please stop.
Nice.
But I'm learning a lot. I'm growing into this.
Yes. Excellent.
I did not do that right.
Wow. What about that?
A good handle on this. Let's see if we can just reviewing my altar stuff.
I just
Get out of here.
Wow.
I just
Ow.
remember goblin maids, talking cats.
Take your time, Steph. Listen, it's 100%
Sketchy
like hot air.
people.
Just being silly. So
I
you
know,
need to
I
take your
know,
time.
I know. Listen, if I don't know that you're just half hot air by now, then
Yeah.
all right. And for those that missed it, for the message, Joe was feeling very tired. So all right, let's get going. And do a timer this time. No, can't do it.
what language do we count down from?
Do it.
Timers don't really work.
3, 2, 1. We're back.
Are we?
Yeah.
Mm.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, it worked. I did
Half
it.
a beat.
I did it.
Congratulations.
Pretty close.
I'm proud of you, Steph.
All right. Welcome back to The Forsaken. All right. So, y'all, I didn't figure that out, did I? We'll say that you appear at one of the in-town transportation circles. So this is a small building. There's a mage at watch there, which just kind of give you a nod. But the door's completely open for you to walk through into the city. As soon as you step out, let me see. It's getting towards evening, so the sun is starting to set by the time you've finished all your conversations. City is relatively crowded, not like shoulder to shoulder, but you do have a lot of people kind of going to the boat market, these different things. As soon as you step out, you kind of get that kind of feel for the city again, just to give you like a quick summary of Zavar and Juniper, were you here? Did y'all come
Yeah.
to the altar, both of you?
Mm-hmm.
I came through the altar. Well,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's where
That's
we
right. So
This is
yeah,
where I-
so pretty large city. You do have some canals that go throughout the city as well. It's not their main thing of transportation, but there are a little bit of canals here and there. Buildings are mostly stone or some kind of like brick. Yeah. So where do y'all want to head to? Now
Lots
that
of
you're
people.
here in the altar.
I'm gonna take like Zatara's hand and Ingot and be like, oh, see, I have to find a place to eat. Something, one of those local gems. Should we eat? Is everyone else hungry?
I don't.
Sure. Yeah, but you can come along with us.
Renarius, well, I could go for some food.
Good. Excellent. Does anyone, Sivar, since you came through here before, right? And Judy, are there any little gems or shops that are like mom and pop? Something that's really good and tucked away.
I was barely here before I found
Okay.
the rest of you. I didn't really have much time
think-
to explore.
Yeah,
Mostly-
I think we
Juniper-
explored the city more than.
Juniper, yeah, Zavar came
Sorry.
in towards
Juniper?
the end. Juniper came in with y'all. She actually met with
Yeah.
y'all before you
Yeah,
came into the altar.
we all came in
Right.
as a group. We
There
all
was-
stayed at the Goblin Maid,
There was that
Japanese
cat,
Inn.
the cat cafe
Oh,
next to
cafe.
that's
the.
where we are.
Oh, man.
There was the
I'm not
there was
going
the-
back there for food.
Y'all
there was the
stayed.
bar.
Goodness,
Yeah.
Y'all stayed at the Cute Lord Inn.
Mhm.
What is
Yes.
it? Why don't y'all make a history check to see if you remember?
Can a sleep make a history check just for the heck of it?
Oh sure.
I mean, there's technically supposed to be a Warforged in the altar, so
I'll in fact even look at
Right.
asleep like asleep. Anything on the network?
there's lots of people here. He's just
Ooh.
looking around. What was this history? Oh, great! I have a -1 in history. 10.
I rolled a 5, so
Okay.
Junior's apparently just shooken from going through a teleportation circle.
So
Okay.
was
Lots
Zavar.
of
I rolled a
people.
9.
Okay. And Kazia, what did you roll for your history check?
16.
And Tegan?
7.
Oh, this is a rough.
Would
Happened to us.
they? Satara wouldn't have been here. Wouldn't have been out that much. Ingot. No, that's your 2. Okay, so Kazil,
Okay.
you would remember
Let's see,
that.
let's
Let's see here. You remember that there is a pub called the Romantic Pear Pub. You remember that the place you stayed before was the cute Lord Inn. That was the place with the cats. There's also the Hollow Oyster, which is a more expensive place. The Romantic Pear Pub is pretty nice too, actually, even though it has the word pub in it. There's also a tavern at the docks.
Yeah, that's where we saw Regina's brother and.
Are any of those
and
good? I'm looking for like gems of the city. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Oh no, sorry. I just remembered that. I think the bartender gave Gerbil her address and then he left because he didn't know what to do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. Oh, well.
Because Gerbil didn't know he was flirting by showing off like, I am a griffin. It's a baby.
Nice.
So, just carry around a kitten into a bar. I don't know.
Yeah, their name was Tristan, female Triton.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Any of those like really good food, like the gem type of restaurants where it's not shitty food, but like really nice tucked away?
You didn't eat at either of them while you were here. I don't think so. I think y'all ate at the Armed Yam at the docks, the tavern, which wasn't.
Yeah.
But again, you would know that the Hollow Oyster and the Romantic Pear Pub are pretty. The Hollow Oyster is pretty fancy. The Romantic Pear Pub, you just remember hearing that it had good food.
Okay.
And was a nice place.
There's a Romantic Pear Pub, and it's supposed to have really nice food. Just look at this, these their hands. Should we all go?
It sounds great.
Right?
Are both of them cool with? Because you'll just hold them both their hands.
Wait, what?
Like her.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
This is Jonathan wondering.
They are.
Okay.
They are. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. No standards. No, sorry. I'm joking.
Ah.
Oh, my
I'm sorry.
heart is breaking. Oh.
I mean, as long as they're consenting, I guess.
Tegan, is that fine by you? Is that an acceptable place to eat? Will you join us?
Sure.
Yes. Let's go, and I'll lead the way.
Are pairs usually romantic?
I can't see. I found him particularly.
Inkit will speak up and be like, no.
I'll giggle. It's gonna be great.
Is Renarius holding Agnes's hand?
Holding whose hand?
Agnes's hand?
Agnes's?
Surprise!
You got
a thing for
no.
No, we don't do that to Joe. We want
Regina.
All right, so y'all head over to the Romantic Pear Pub. Also has let's see here. There's also across the street from it a place called the Pear Inn. That looks to be lit up and looks to be kind of nice, at least from the outside. The restaurant and the inn have like these stone walls with carved wooden doors. And you also see a sign outside the inn that said bathhouses available. But going into the pub, you get greeted by a halfling there at the door. Hey, how many for this evening? Welcome to the Romantic Pear Pub. Glad to have you.
6, 7, 8.
You hear like a slight roar of conversation as you walk in the door.
So I love this place. I thought 9 of us. I think I'm gonna look back and double check. I think it's 9.
Yeah.
Hey.
Got it?
Hey.
Just follow me.
Hey.
Okay, grab like a whole stack full of menus, head in. Very beautiful lighting on the ceilings, very nice, like not really chandeliers, but like medieval chandeliers, so it's very heavy metal, but some candles on it. Right, exactly. The tables are nicely they're made out of metal, but nicely, with intricate details in them. This place is, let's see here. It's pretty crowded. It's pretty busy. But lively
bench
conversation. She'll take you to a table about midway back and sit you down.
Is there a bench booth?
Oh, yes, I can take you to one of those, and she'll just take you a couple.
Near the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'll look at Tegan like, I did it. I did it, Tegan.
Whose hand did you let go to do the thumbs up?
Oh, I don't dare think about that.
No.
I am.
Handheld
hold
on
you
the
accountable to your
thumb.
If it's Ingot would be like,
Slap.
Zatara would probably just like hold onto your arm like while you're readjusting.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll scooch in it with those.
Yeah, all of you head back. She does find a booth towards the back. It's not in a corner, but it is on the back wall.
This is great.
You hear some music kind of from the other side of the pub, some live music. There in the center is where like the bar is. That kind of goes all the way around. Similar to oh nope, that's not this campaign. Never mind.
God. Careful.
You're forgetting you're mixing up your children, Stephanie.
I want to know which one you were going to reference.
Like the Herald, because it had like the bar and stuff in the center from the Penumbra Assembly. But yeah, so it has kind of like a round bar in the center that goes around. Very, very nice. Not like extremely fancy place, but seems to be very, very well attended. And you have a waiter come up. Hi.
Sleep will make sure he's sitting next to Judy.
It's an elven male.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey, can we just have a minute? If it's all right.
Oh, sure.
I'm so
Absolutely.
sorry.
Let me grab you some. I'll grab you some water and some ale
Oh, perfect.
and head out.
So, I know we're sort of at a new beginning. We've had to leave some people behind, and we have some new friends with us. And just to sort of wash down the sadness and raise a glass to those who are missing and to those that have joined us, I'd like to pay for everyone's food at dinner. I sold some stuff and have and then bought some stuff, but I have a little bit left over, and so I'd like to just on me tonight eat, drink. We're undertaking something grand here, and I just think this is a nice little way station before we move on.
Here.
Take one of
I
those.
don't drink.
You don't you drink? Can you? And you just don't wish to, or have you not tried yet?
Can my mouth even open? Is it just like
No, you can
frame?
you can open your
Like-
mouth. Yeah.
I don't need sustenance.
Oh, all right.
I am asleep. I am a warforged.
Aye.
Are we wasting time?
No.
It depends. Yeah. This is
This is necessary. Yes,
Right.
we
Like
require
recharge.
this. Yes, we require this. Yeah.
Noted.
The part of this is to celebrate you joining us asleep. We're so glad to have you here with us. You've already been such a grand help, and honestly, you're clever and you're funny, and you're just a nice addition.
I don't know what I did.
We'll
Truth
just
is
laugh
important.
at you. Aye. Hey.
After he said truth is boring, he'll just slowly like just like look over at Judy.
Apertures close on the look.
Junie's looking through the menus for the drink menu and not making eye contact with Sleep here.
All kinds of different drinks on there, Juniper.
Love that you're all at a booth and there's just this giant robot just crammed in.
Nice.
Have to be in the
Absolutely.
middle, of course.
So I'll talk to everyone. I'm just going to be excited, asking everyone what they think they're going to order, including like Inga and Tara, but our group here, and just trying to, live in the moment.
On the menu, you will see steamed porridge with ginger and blueberry tart, roasted chicken and lemon pie, roasted phoenix
don't
and
pay
dried
$5 for that
pomegranate, boiled eggs and beetroot.
Boiled eggs and beetroot.
Mm-hmm. On the drink menu, you'll see rum, cider, as well as some other things, Juniper. Pretty
Where are
much
the
whatever
Pop
you
Pop
want
peanut
to,
butter butter pops.
other than like mixed drinks, probably. Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey,
Coming over.
I have a question.
Yes.
This isn't real Phoenix, is it? Apparently, Dan has an issue with this. All right, I just want to make sure.
It's just what we call our buffalo wings.
Nice,
It's
nice.
a combination of meat, I believe. But we prepared in a way to where it looks like a phoenix.
All right, and I'll put in just an order: chicken and lime, whatever, and
Okay.
a few drinks.
The roasted chicken and lemon pie. Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Anything
Oh.
else for anyone?
What was the porridge? The first thing you mentioned?
Oh, steamed porridge with ginger and a blueberry tart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2.
Got that? Okay.
She just looks at Kazeel.
Yeah. Do you have anything that's like and I'm gonna describe like a nice crumbled cracker top mac and cheese with bacon? Anything like that? I'm like on the secret menu.
I would
Damn
like
it,
the
that sounds
fantasy
good.
mac and cheese.
Yes.
Is that Phoenix? Yeah.
We actually do have something that's similar to that.
Oh yes. Just a whole like a big like the dish, please. The serving dish.
Oh,
the-
you want a
that's
casserole?
cooked in. Hey, that's it.
Got it.
Hey,
Okay.
only for everyone. If you haven't tried this yet,
Sure.
you're gonna love it.
Ingo will be like, that sounds delicious. Yeah.
I'll get your tissues ready to wipe away the tears after you try a bite.
Oh, it's a terrible giggle.
You're all gonna love it.
All right.
Zavar is all about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have a big platter, like one of every one of these mixed drinks, just like we can all try it?
I
And I'll
can
look
do
at
that.
Zavar.
Sure. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That'll be about 20 drinks, just to make sure you're aware.
Sounds good.
Don't worry, it won't be a problem.
Okay. All right. Anything else for anyone?
Chicken, chicken,
Okay.
and coffee. Thank you.
Chicken and coffee. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I will give us probably about a half hour to prepare your food. Some of it will be out earlier, your drinks, for instance, and we'll be set. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
do you serve that bread here that has that like Alfredo? And I'm just.
Why don't you roll a d20 for me, Dan?
Okay.
Oh boy.
18.
I remember
Okay.
the legend of the great
that-
Alfredo.
Yes. We
Aye,
we actually do with a cheese covering. Yes.
Was a very inventive
I'll
elf
bring that as well.
in
That's
the third age.
That's an appetizer, so that will
Nice.
actually come out before the rest.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh.
And you'll head back.
Bruce is actually a descendant from the great Alfredo.
Oh, that's interesting.
sorry.
Steve.
So I'd say altogether, it'll be a couple of gold between all of you. Like, total. 2 gold
I'm gonna
for
pay for everyone's. Would that be total? Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Thank you very much, Kazeel.
Just wait. Oh, you're gonna love me. I'll excitedly watch as the bread comes out for everybody.
Yeah, the bread comes out, drinks come out, water. There's also the complimentary ale as well, with some
Ooh.
fruit in it.
Mhm, mhm. Sivar, are you ready to taste test these drinks? Is anyone else joining with us?
Hmm.
I can get
This
more
seems
platters.
like too much for 2 people.
Right?
Oh,
You would
Must
think.
mention health caution.
Oh,
you just
oh
keep
God.
you keep an eye
Okay,
out.
sleep.
Yeah.
Hey, monitor our levels if you can.
Yeah.
Genie, Genie.
Yeah.
Aura of Vitality. No.
Look, we can come up with something like that if you want. Sure.
Check
Wow.
blood alcohol levels.
Yeah.
Genie.
Mm.
Shit, my ball.
She kind of
Aura of
hands.
Vitality only lasts 60 seconds. So I got the way to say it.
She'll offload Blackberry so he doesn't get in the way. Set him down next to where her oatmeal will be, or her porridge, and then move away from the Warforged.
Is there any space? We're in a booth.
I don't know if there is. She's going for it.
Slips
it's,
underneath the
it's
table,
pretty
comes back
crowded.
around.
It's pretty crowded with 9 of you.
Zafar, can you trade places with me?
Oh, man, I have to slide underneath the table to do that.
It's fine. I'm sure Kizzy won't mind. Can we just, yeah.
I believe. I love it when people slide under the table. Please go ahead.
Inget will be
Don't
go.
have to ask me to move.
Inget will
Yeah.
say, "Oh,
Excuse
just
me.
like last night."
Oh,
Oh.
we're gonna need more drinks for that.
Explain. Do not understand. What
What
is under table?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Truth is
Asleep.
important.
You see.
He
I'll
just learned he
explain
had
it.
a mouse. Leave him alone. Okay.
Yeah, you just leave me out. Many applications. Amazing.
Well, now that our seating arrangements have been redone,
Yes.
so to speak. All right,
Shall we?
I'm ready.
Hey, I think we're gonna need more platters, more drinks, but let's all pick a place and move along, and then we'll order the next shade, and
Mhm.
right in 3 times. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. This looks interesting.
Mhm,
Cheers to
Cheers.
just friends, the journeys we've had, the path ahead,
Mhm.
friends that we've had to leave behind, and new friends that take this difficult road with. Cheers to each and every one of you. Somebody that wants to cheers.
Jesus.
Oh, it tastes like licorice. Oh,
I like that one.
I don't drink more.
Okay.
Woo! Oh, that one makes my eyes feel like they're floating in water.
I think I should have had that one. The one was kind of mild, but that's okay.
Oh no! Well, good start.
I've got a lot more to pick from.
And I'll go through a few drinks until like
Yeah.
the bread's out, and I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
the bread. Like,
I'm
okay,
starting to
so-
sniff them until I like start to cringe before I take a drink. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Okay, this one. This one hurts the nostrils. Let me try. That's a good
Wow.
one. That's a good one.
Is
Oi.
Tegan drinking with us?
Is who? I'm sorry.
Tegan drinking with us?
Oh,
Just
Tegan.
checking was
No,
right.
he's not. No, he's just
Oh,
drinking
okay.
the coffee.
He's got his coffee.
Is gosh, what's her Angus?
Oh,
Agnes?
yeah, she's
Agnes?
sipping.
Yeah.
Agnes is sipping on a drink,
Switch genders really quick.
kind of sitting over there, kind of not by Tegan, well, kind of on the same end of the table with Tegan. So they're both kind of, mimicking his, not, mirroring his kind of like
She looks like
seriousness.
Tegan right now. That'd be so cool. Okay. And Renarius. Is Renarius, do we know, or are we leaving that up to Joe? For next time?
Darius is dead.
Renarius? Let's see.
Renarius,
Don't
wake
say
up.
that.
Renarius is not drinking, no.
Okay. All right, and I'll start getting silly with the tray, like try and spin it around a little.
Whee!
Like, here we go. But have you all tried the bread and the sauce? Are we asleep? Can you eat? Is it a thing where you don't need to, but you can, or is that dangerous for in a
I don't know.
Hawkins? Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
we-
But you
need for
all
you to
keep
hurt
making
yourself.
strange faces, and it scares me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, it's the drinks sometimes that have the very visceral reaction. Sort of shocks you.
I don't understand why you drink it then.
It makes it lets some of the worries go. And
Why are
sometimes
you
puts
worried?
Well, the end of the world could be around the corner. There's so much that I don't even know myself. Some shadow of a former life. It's just, it just helps just send that out to see a little bit. Let's be focused on the friends I have here.
There is boats. Boat market was that way. This is not the sea.
No,
Aye.
you are correct. We are enjoying the sensation. It is something that we like to feel.
I wish I could feel.
Aww.
Oh, sweet.
Oh God.
Sleep, for what it's worth, I happen to know someone that's very familiar with Warforged. If ever you're looking to expand your capacities, let me know.
What is wrong with my capacities?
Oh, nothing. You're fine exactly how you are, and if you never
Yes.
change, that's fine. Just if ever you feel like, I wonder what it'd be like if I could eat, or if I could feel things more in a different way. Just let me know. A friend I have helped a Warforged that did want that become almost able to experience all of that.
Oh, and
then
so
some.
much more.
And I'll lean in like about the mouth thing again. So, just in case.
I am fine.
All right.
Well, let us continue to eat and drink and sleep. Just enjoy the show.
Aye.
You can learn about our reactions by watching us. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pull out his
Okay, there we
notebook.
go. There we go.
Food is brought out. All of your food's presented.
Oh man.
Yeah, huge platter of mac and cheese with the extra cheese on top, with like a little bit of like crumbles on the top of it.
Just gonna.
I see that.
from Tara, and even though they don't have them, I think Billy. There you go. It's good.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. They'll both eat it, and it's really good. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, it's really good.
Jeannie, how about you? Are you a fan? Yes. Tegan, are you eating any?
It's really
Any-
good.
Of the mac and cheese with the
No,
bacon?
thank you. No.
Wow. Huge platter of mac and cheese.
Just leaning across the table. Yeah. Orc.
Nice.
Even Agnes eats some.
Agnes.
That's good.
They eat?
Yeah.
Tegan, how is your chicken?
Good. Cooked right. Not too pink.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Tegan's very few words this evening. Rhaenyra will look over at Tegan. Tegan, is everything okay?
I suppose. Just thinking about the work to be done.
I see. Ingot will look at you, Tegan. What do you mean?
We have a lot on our plate, so to speak.
Zatara, well, it seems like you have a plan, though, right?
But yeah. We have a place to start. That's about it. Which is
This
here.
auction, right? That we're going to?
The auction already happened.
Or the
don't
auction
know, I guess.
house, or I'm sorry, I just heard something about an auction. Oh, okay.
I think someone said something about that the item for which we're looking was either going to be heading through an auction or has, and they might have records. Can you remember the time frame? Do you remember? Probably not.
Does he
Wait,
remember?
what?
Does he remember?
Whoever just mentioned the
Oh,
I
that
think it
was
Agnes.
that was Zavera. No, that was Zavera.
Zatara. Okay, do
Yeah.
you remember? Bob up.
No, I didn't really come to the altar that much.
Well, we can head to. We can ask around for an auction house and find out if it went through. Is anyone here good at drawing? I think it'd be better to show a drawing of one when we ask, and not like, "Have you seen this?" and take ours out.
I can try.
Right? Is that
Scribbling
in
in a
your
notebook.
network? Oh, perfect. Yeah. How's it look? The drawing.
Make a.
Oh,
Are you drawing one now? What is
I
he
can.
drawing?
Yeah. Am I drawing the artifact?
If you're up for it.
Yeah.
sure.
Make
YOLO.
a performance check. Asleep.
Yeah, YOLO, let's go.
I believe in you fully asleep, and you'll have inspiration. Just a D10.
There's the D10. All right. Math. I can do math.
Math.
23.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good drawing of a time device.
That's fantastic asleep. Look at that.
Figure will ask, when did you see a time device?
I don't think I did.
Your network.
It's from Mickey.
Ah, I see.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. Sorry.
Hey, Mickey.
That's I'm
Waiting
afraid that
all
won't
night
be
for
the
that.
last time.
That's the network ringtone.
Yeah.
I'm afraid
Mickey
that won't
left
be
me
the
on
last
red.
time.
Perfect. We can show that when we're. After dinner. I suppose depends on if we have our wits about us. And I'll spin this tray again for Judy and Zavar. Oh, that's very citrusy. It's strong. Whew.
The last one burned. Boy.
Do you require healing?
That remains to be seen, but not at the moment. Thank you for watching. We'll see. So far, so good. Maybe in the morning, but not yet.
Hey.
Boy, maybe that would be a neat trick. Drink a lot, get healing, no hangover.
I'd like
It does
to
not seem
play-
advisable.
Perhaps not.
I think I like, since we have some new friends with us, some new loved ones and such, and companions and friends. Wiggle my seat. I'd like to play. Sorry, I'd like to play a game that maybe you're afraid of. This is from I think college days. It's called Two Truths and a Lie. And
Truth is important.
Aye,
That's the
right.
truth.
So we each say three things we list that we make it sound like we definitely experience these things. Now, two of them are truths, one's a lie, and then
Why lie? Truth is important.
This is a game to help.
No.
No,
Sleep's
that's a-
casting's out of truth.
Oh no! Okay.
change the game.
I rolled an intelligence check, and I rolled a 0 because I have a -1 in intelligence, and I rolled that
Oh,
one. So he just cast Zone of Truth on the table.
Oh.
Does it have that big arcane thing? Like, do we know it's happening?
Oh yeah, no. You see the flame on his head, and you hear it go.
Oh. All
Truth is important.
All right. Well, for this,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll have to be able to tell one lie. So I'll try and do my saving throw. No, I got a 14.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, I can't play the game.
So who's
asleep.
resist? Is anyone else trying to
Wait, so what was the number to resist?
resist? Should I share that, or should I just say if he's passed?
Well,
or not?
okay. Well, Ingot
Yep,
rolled a
let's go to 10.
Ingot rolled a
You got it.
16.
The save DC is 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone else fails.
I rolled
So-
a 21 again.
I mean, if anyone has
Alright.
Dispel Magic, you could easily get rid of this entry.
What did you? What you cast the Son of Truth again?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep. We can't even play the game with that up. Because we have to tell
This
a lie.
doesn't
That's
seem
part
like
of
fun
it.
game. Truth is important.
Oh no.
Ingot's
Why
like,
lie?
well,
Why lie to new friends?
Oh
All
Well,
right, Sleep.
that's
We don't even have to do it. We'll pick another game another time.
Yes, because
I'm
you'll
sorry
find
to
another
upset
game.
you.
Well, then why not tell truth now? If you were going to tell 2 truths, tell 3 truths.
no. Oh, three
Well,
three
to help you
truths.
better learn how to
Oh.
tell if someone's lying if
I-
you don't have a spell.
Mm.
It's
But
meant
I
to
have
be
spell.
a silly thing.
You know what?
Only one who
I-
can
let's-
lie is Junie.
Oh,
That is
Oh.
true. That is a truth.
Why is that?
Because I cast Zone of Truth, and it did not work on her. Twice.
Oh.
There's another truth. Look, we're almost up to 3.
See? We're almost at 3.
Oh. All right. Well, you're right, Sleep. Didn't even mean to upset you.
I'm not upset. Just
Oh,
speaking
good.
truth.
Well, it's important to hear.
It is.
Remember that. She's just gonna finish her drink. Great game. Great game. Woohoo.
Agnes is over there slowly picking at her food.
Aw.
You're not hungry.
Oh,
Agnes.
she's just, I mean, picking as in like slowly eating it.
Oh.
She's
She
stuffing
didn't-
her face so she can't say anything.
Yeah, she didn't
That's
drop
joking.
a fork.
Nice.
Yeah, we're
Right.
watching and make sure she doesn't
No
drop her
fork,
silverware.
no fork dropped. No.
Okay.
Oh God.
Actually,
Yeah.
oh,
No, we're actually bonding today. You know, no, just happy friend bonding. No, we're getting the deep stuff now.
nice.
Steph,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember back to the 3 weeks ago when we were here last, and I feel like we saw like when Junie had left to go to a temple.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I feel like she had seen a message board, and I didn't know if that was like if they're frequent in the city or if it was just a one-time thing.
There were several message boards in the city.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I think we never read them, and that's why we never knew about the auction to begin with.
I feel like we might have seen it, but then, as we often do, we blinked and then it's gone.
Well,
We
blinked
blink
and
a
you
lot.
just forgot about it.
Yeah, we forgot it. Yeah, we
Not that it's gone.
we
Gone from our
jostled,
minds.
jostled
Yes.
it too hard, and then something else came along.
Mhm.
So she'll just sort of like relay that distant memory as she's refilling her drink. That just message boards. Is that a thing? That's a city thing. We don't have those on ships, and I haven't seen
We
them.
passed many.
Yeah, I feel like maybe what is in this?
Alcohol.
Oh.
Not wrong.
Pet Tech Enterprise.
Not wrong.
Of course, we're in Zone of Truth.
Mm.
I don't know. I try to stay away from auctions. So,
Mm.
Why?
but we're just why? Because unlike Kazeel here, I'm not very good with money.
Oh,
And
you need
I-
money for auctions.
yes, you do need money for auctions usually, and usually a lot if they're doing their job right. I mean, so we're not sure if the thing we're looking for is still at an auction or if it has already been sent out. Is that? I'm just clarifying.
It's probably gone, I think, so time's so distorted in my memory.
Sure.
But it's when we were traveling across and we spoke with the Jewel,
Yeah.
and she was saying that it was back here in auction. Now that was, I think, at least 3 or 4 weeks ago, so it's probably passed through.
Okay.
So it might not be that easy to find where it went, but
Mm,
I'm sure they have records.
okay.
We also
Maybe we can help ourselves too. Hey.
we also know that on the map it was east of the altar. It wasn't necessarily in the altar from the map
Okay.
Helena showed us.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Okay.
too. Thank you. Sir.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So if it, okay, just we might need to persuade them to share their records with us,
Aye.
or pay them, or buy them, or auction them, as it were. Okay.
Aye.
You know,
Well,
I mean, if
Mhm.
Drea is around, she might know. Juni's just like stirring
Oh,
her
that's
porridge.
Oh,
She
that'll click because yelling.
yeah, she knows the city inside and out. I mean, or she thinks she does, but I mean, she's a
Hey.
detective, so if ever there was a time,
Now we had a sending stone to her, right? Someone had a.
I don't, and she's
Gerbil set all his stuff on a table in front of all of y'all.
yep. Nope, it's back at the Northern Crown.
You left it in the back of his mansion and then
Just-
disappeared and all just
yeah.
dumped on the floor.
Nice. Tegan, do you think if you have the sending stones, could you reach out to Dea? So remember Kazeel trying to be a wing person for Junior and failing so bad. But we're really trying to
Worst-
make that happen.
Arguably worst wingman ever, just for the record. Forever.
Well, clearly, yeah. He did not
Third
get any of the
truth.
memos.
Third
yes.
truth, yes.
Tig, do you think you could?
I just have the
message-
one for Gerbil.
Any of you could say you picked
Okay.
up his
I
Gerbil
would have
sending
picked them up
stones.
and put them in my
Yeah.
with all my other sending
Jonathan's
stones.
like,
Okay,
I'm
just-
trying to give this to you.
Yeah.
Any
Right.
of you could have
Wait,
picked them
it's
up.
in mine.
Just-
Wait, here we go. Wait, well, hold on to the sending stone. Today, it's Kazeel. I'm here with Junie and my other friends, and we need your help. Can you meet us in the lovely Pear pub right now or another time today?
Hey, Kazeel. That group. Right.
Oh, there she is.
Sure. I can
Aw.
probably meet you at the fancy romantic Pear Pub soon. Give me. He cuts off.
That's
So sort of maybe good news. Today is still very much today.
She's not
She
dead.
knows where we are. She's alive. She knows where we are. And said, just give her a. And then the message cut out. But it sounds like she's going to make her way here probably soonish. But we have a few more drink platters to go through anyway. So I think we finished with this one. Well,
I'm happy to help.
Would you like me to try to contact Warforged on network? There should be one in the altar.
Oh,
Please.
That
Good
would
idea.
make
Good
a lot
idea.
of sense.
Yeah.
Yes, please asleep.
His head cocks, modem noises start.
LPT port.
Can how does the whole network thing work? Does he have to go through Mickey and Mickey
Yeah,
transfers him?
no.
Or-
You are connected to the network, so
Okay.
you just have to
How many
kind
bars
of
do I have?
almost like reaching out like a person would like meditate and just kind of like stand there, and it will just kind of reach out mentally through the network magically,
Ooh.
and you'll feel a connection.
Yeah, you will.
Under the table.
Yes.
Hello. I am asleep.
Oh. Hi.
I am part of Mickey's Warforged network.
I figured you were contacting me through the network, so it seemed probable.
Very probable. We need help.
Yes, but what do you need help with?
We are looking for an auction.
An auction. Have you tried the auction house?
No.
Yeah, let me get my the Grimoire auction house.
Grimoire auction house.
Sorry, Zoom chat. Yes, the Grimoire auction house. Are you okay?
I am fine. I think.
Are you new
The truth
to?
is important.
I feel like that you're new to the network.
I am. I am asleep.
I don't think that you're asleep since you're talking to me.
No, that is my name.
Oh,
What is your name?
I'm Spark.
Hello, Spark. I am asleep.
Pleasure, as they say. Is that all that you need?
I think so. Do you know how to defeat the library?
The library.
Nice.
You mean at the Estesa?
That we die.
Yes, just in general.
I don't think so. Never been. Not really sure what to do there.
I thought worth asking. Would save lots of time. Oh well.
Just let me know if you need any other information here in the altar.
Will do. We
we'll
are
prob-
at the Romance Pear Pub.
Do you need me to come there?
Unclear. Up to you.
On my way.
Okay. See you then.
Oh god. Here comes
Spark says try auction house. Spark is coming. Here. Spark does
Oh.
not know how to defeat the library, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
Hmm.
Alright. We'll try the auction house.
It
I
seems
suppose
very
some-
reasonable.
It does. And the more the merrier, I guess. I guess we'll see if they vibe with us.
And maybe calling Judea wasn't totally a loss. I mean, maybe we need to send someone in for information that isn't us, or if someone. It's probably just better if it's not us, anyways.
Right,
They know us, probably.
probably. We're not in the Northern Crown anymore. It's certainly an unsafe environment here.
The sleep will look around to see if the bar is unsafe. The pub is unsafe.
If the what?
If the pub is unsafe.
Oh, make a perception check.
Mhm.
That is a. Ooh, that is 19.
Yeah, you don't see any sign of danger. People seem to be having a good time.
The only danger here
seems
is
to be
fun.
a particularly not particularly rowdy, but a little bit of a rowdy table, rowdier than the other tables on the other side of the restaurant.
They over there might be having too much fun.
Too much. Oh.
Avoid table.
Right.
Everyone, make a perception check for me, please.
Do I need to roll another one?
No, you're fine. You're
Okay.
noticing the table. Tegan, what was your perception check?
24.
Zavar?
16.
Okay. Juniper?
21.
And Kazeel?
32.
Was that,
Bards are gross.
was that what the
Stop
face
it.
was for, Zavar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm rolling
Like-
in D&D Beyond the other night.
I saw that kind of like, I'm like, God, that's twice mine.
So Tegan, Zavar, and Juniper, you see a crowd of people kind of come in at one time. Kazeel, you'll see that within that crowd, kind of coming in right after them and talking to the gnome there at the door, Jordea. And you'll kind of hear, pick her voice off the crowd. Hey, I was just, I have some friends here, I think. Well, we met before, but we're not, I think we're friends, right? We've talked to, helped them with a few things. And then I was like, I don't.
I make a little arrow appear in front of her face with prestidigitation,
Oh!
pointing towards us.
Wow.
It's not polite to point.
And
It's true.
Jordea will just come like bounding over and like, there's no seat at the table, but she'll like go, hey, are you using, thank you. And we'll kind of like,
Some space right there. I'll point next between June
oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
Scoot
She'll push the chair up. Oh hey, hi.
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast Zone of Truth?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And just to remind everyone, Jordea is a satyr with these kind of like cute little like ram horns, very pale skin with this like bleach blonde, long hair, and these kind of like hazel eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Junior's gonna need that drink tray now. So
The next one of having delivery. Yes.
She's like,
Yeah, I'll spin it around so you've got some in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Juniper, why don't you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
oh sure, let's just puke on the cute girl.
Oh,
Why
no.
not?
Enjoy, G, and I'm going to give you inspiration. It's a
Oh.
D10.
Oh, thank God, because I rolled a 9. Let's see. A D10.
Inspiration?
Mhm.
Oh, bardic
Uh,
inspiration. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
And a 9, so that's
She was about
18.
to like DM slap you. Like, I give the inspiration.
I give the inspiration here, Dad.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
You might
was
assist-
What was it, Juniper?
18 total.
Okay.
Two
Yeah,
nines.
you've drank a bit, but you're still feeling okay.
Mm-hmm.
Juniper, hi. I love your. She'll kind of like fix the flowers in your little like thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Looking
She's-
cute as ever.
Hi.
How's everyone else doing?
Mm.
I am asleep.
Oh, you're new.
Side of me.
Yes, I'm new.
Oh,
Cute.
what? What did you say, Dan?
I'm just nudging Inga and
Oh, yeah.
hair like,
Oh, hey. You'd be like,
And
oh,
Agnes.
and
Jeez,
you're all new too. I'm Jordea. Pleasure. I see you have drinks. That's great. She'll grab a drink. Where's
mac and cheese.
what? Oh, thanks. Where's the bugbear?
He found happiness.
Oh.
Oh, sleep.
Okay.
Grab a drink and.
Well, well, I'm glad to new friends and to those finding happiness. I mean, I'm finding happiness right here, so.
4 new friends.
Yes. So. What's up?
This guy.
I think you'll be glad to know I found the mice. So I found Polo's friends. They were safe. They were safe. They were down south a bit of the city. Kind of wandered into vampire territory, but they were nice. They were cool. So I got them out, and yeah.
Vampire nice?
Well, I don't know. I guess they could be vampire mice now. I think one of them did say that one of the vampires bit them. So
That was their name.
Oh, great.
What was the name of the mouse that was
God.
bitten?
Oh well, I'll have to consult my notes again.
Fine.
The whole
And-
campaign's
and
now
let
like
you
out the
know.
window. This campaign's about one thing now.
Let's find the
Been here
vampire
all
mice.
The
Let me
real
see
campaign
here.
was
Did I
the
even
vampires
Yeah.
we made along the way.
I even write down the
Someone-
name?
Somebody has to call Polo and tell him.
Mhm.
They don't have a sending stone. You're gonna have to use good old fashioned sending.
Oh, they were with someone. So,
Oh, hey, they're
Okay.
with
yeah, the half orc.
Hi.
Yeah.
Gerbil's other semi half ex. He has
Yes.
no
No
What's his
idea.
name?
idea. He has 3 conversations with girls, and all of a sudden he's in long term relationships he didn't know he was in.
I think the mouse's name was Winnie. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Winnie,
Yeah.
Mm.
are they the author? The one that liked the book. Anyway, so we have a job for you today. There was an item sold at Asleep. Can you show the drawing, please? This item, beautiful.
You do it on
rendering.
a napkin.
Nice. We heard that it was in auction maybe about a month and a half ago.
Oh.
I guess that'd be about a month ago.
Yeah.
But we're not sure if it's sold.
Wait,
or
this
if
item
it's
right
still
here?
there. Aye, that was a sketch.
Oh yeah, I remember
Um,
it being on the posters.
Oh.
They posted that actually that auction was postponed. But I recently saw it
Oh.
on some of the newer posters for the auction tomorrow evening.
Posters are helpful.
Tomorrow evening, you say?
Yes, they are. They're very
But
helpful.
that-
They post them around different areas. They're pretty good with their posters here, honestly. One of the better poster systems I've ever seen.
We don't need to take a good look at that.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
polish off and trying to put in luck.
Asleep takes notes on optimal poster systems.
Bottom
Oh.
third is for titles. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I actually have some really good
Rule of
ideas
thirds.
asleep. Here, I can write down, and she'll kind of get out a pen and start jotting down in your journal that's in front of you
Oh.
asleep.
that is my journal.
I'm sorry. Here, I'll write them down and give you the paper, and she'll kind of get out her own journal. And kind
That
of
is acceptable.
I
Just say, like,
Yeah.
just hold this journal up to him.
Today, do you know like where the auction house stores its materials before they go out to auction? Like in case anything goes awry and we really need that.
I mean, I think that I've never investigated the auction house. They're pretty strict there. But they have what is this?
Do you think you could?
Is that what? Are you trying to seduce her?
No, no.
He just
Is that
wants
what that
her
is?
to do some work.
Hey, I thought you might be excited about
I've
the
never
challenge.
investigated out there. They're pretty strict. But I've
Eh?
seen them. I've been in an auction and they bring the stuff from the back, I think.
Right. Is that the thing that you would like the challenge of investigating, or is it just not worth it
Wow.
for you?
Well,
Too risky.
I mean, I could try to look, but I also don't want to be arrested. But I could try this morning. I mean, tomorrow morning, to take a look there, maybe.
What do you all think? I mean, I don't really want you to get arrested either.
I don't want
if
to
you
get
think that's a
arrested.
concern.
Well, no, I think, I mean, I can go and ask. I mean, I don't think that they would arrest me like on spot. They'd probably just be like, get out of here, satyr. That's what most people say. So,
shame on them.
So I could take a look, and if I look like it looks like I'm going to get arrested, then I'll just leave.
You can do that?
I can run really fast.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Kind of looks at Juniper.
Mhm.
Really fast.
Oh.
Really fast, I'm sure.
Lot of leg strength.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Endurance.
Oh, are you
It's
kidding?
beautiful.
And she'll kind of bring up her leg and like give it a slap. and
Does she
not
like
the
just like
leg
lift her
slap.
leg up
Yeah,
on?
Junie
yeah,
she
for
just
sure,
spilled
just
her
lifts thing
drink
right up.
She's
everywhere.
like super flexible, like a
Yeah, like,
her
you
leg
know,
just
I
like
got right here.
Drinks everywhere. Junie's just like,
Judy
"Rah."
passes out.
Yep.
And she does have very strong looking legs, so.
Oh, well, kudos to you. And I'll raise another glass and drink another drink and look at Zavar and Julie like, yeah, it's good to go.
Yeah.
So, what do we... So, I'll take a look tomorrow morning. Anyone want to go with me, or do you think this is a solo thing? Probably should have more than 2 people. I'll go ahead and say that.
Let's see.
Juniper, do
go
you
with
want to
you.
go? Oh,
Oh,
Tegan.
Tegan should
fact,
go.
We'll go tonight.
Oh,
Tonight.
to the cover of darkness.
Ooh.
Tegan, you're not going to get
Nice.
me arrested, are you?
No, I'll keep you when it's getting to be a little touch and go. I'll tell you to stop.
Agnes will kind of like over her drink be like, I'd believe him.
That's true.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
it's really good.
yeah, we can go
Why
tonight.
would we be arrested?
I'm really sneaky, Tegan. I don't know if you know that about me, but you know, not only are these legs strong, but they're also really sneaky. So, what?
Excellent.
Asleep?
Why would we be arrested?
Oh, well, I mean, because I don't know. I mean, they might not want us to look around. They might want to keep it secret.
Mhm.
Ah, keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
I don't know that reference. So,
It is my reference.
so it looks like everyone's enjoying some good food. I'm so glad you're back in the city. I'm so glad I got to see my friend. I mean, people I know again.
Mm.
Mhm.
Hey.
Huh? Let me just get something, and I'll join you for some food. And so she'll run up to the bar.
Lovely.
Is
To
there,
get
is,
some
is there
food.
not
Mhm.
mountains of mac and cheese still left for?
Oh,
for
was
Freenon left?
there mac and cheese
I
left?
mean, they're
Yeah, I told her to get some.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
she,
so
whatever
she-
she wants to
Oh,
order.
she would
too,
have
that's
gotten
There's
some
some.
mac and cheese then.
Okay.
Nice.
I would hope so. You guys ordered like a platter.
Oh,
of
yeah.
mac
Yeah.
and
It was a
cheese.
lot.
You all are
It
gonna
was a
die.
lot. It was a lot.
Worth it.
Magnificent Mansion's gonna be gassy.
Yeah.
All right. So she'll settle down with some mac and cheese with y'all. I don't think that she was doing. Let me see what else that she was.
You know, I
into
wonder.
here. Yes.
Jeannie, you have. I've seen you work with your adorable friends. Sometimes, in searching and tracking things and searching and such. I know, there they are.
This
Oh,
one,
they're
okay.
so adorable. Do you think that and Tegan, do you think you might be an asset to that tonight's team?
I don't want to say this too loud, but He's just a squirrel. So,
Oh,
She said he's just a squirrel.
understood.
Oh,
Truth number 4.
well, I mean, I've seen some animals do some pretty crafty things. And you have the cats down at the dock. They're really crafty.
Cats.
So talkative.
Talking cats.
but if we do need to make a quick escape, I do have some fast escaping magic. But I couldn't take both of them. But I'm sure I would just complicate things for Tegan.
What do you think, Tegan? I mean, you're the one that knows best. I don't want to step on your toes. Just figure it, throw it out there.
Don't speak squirrel.
Oh, Tegan, I don't think she means just the squirrel. I think she means that she comes too with us tonight.
If you're nervous about it, then don't.
More of a I would not be able to focus. It's
Junie, we can hang out after.
After sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't be long.
Yeah, hurry back.
We can meet back down here. We can have some drinks together. Yeah, you can show me what the scroll does.
Okay.
I can come.
Yeah.
Yes, Asleep can come too.
Okay. On the.
Everyone make a perception check again, please.
Okay.
Where did they go?
You all thought sleep was funny last week. Now you're all gonna hate him.
All right, Tegan, what was your perception check, please?
25.
And Zavar?
11.
Asleep?
Oh, I didn't roll.
Perception.
16.
Okay. Juniper?
27.
And Kazios?
Ooh.
27.
What was yours again, Zavar?
11.
No, poor Zavar.
Yeah, so Zavar,
Yeah.
everyone except Zavar will see no crowd walking in, but this this beautiful blue dress with this very almost like porcelain like egg white skin, with a hood that will draw it back and will have some kind of like shiny hair draped over. Asleep, you feel instantly like this is a Warforged on the network.
Tegan will physically sort of like slowly reach up and say, please.
The Warforged will kind of turn and look and see Asleep waving and just kind of like slowly turn and slowly start walking towards the table, almost like a porcelain doll. Like gives this very kind of like very pale skin with these blue little markings, in this beautiful like blue dress. Walk over. Asleep, correct?
Yes, I'm asleep. And you are Spark?
Yes.
Hello.
What is needed?
We are going to the auction house, thanks to you and your suggestion.
There is no auction tonight. It is tomorrow evening.
I think they knew that too.
Drink.
Is this your group?
It is.
Are they going to the auction too? I am Spark. I am a Warforged.
Oh.
Tegan
We
will
were
offer a seat
discussing.
to Spark.
Oh.
You will what? Tegan?
Offer a seat to Spark.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm very confused at how we all sat in this booth. So,
So am I. So am I.
so we all get out to let him
Yep.
go in.
There's actually not an extra chair, but she will kind of like lower down into a seated position in the air and just stay there.
Wall squat with no wall.
Mhm,
Damn.
with no wall.
Well, that's different.
Glad to be here.
She has strong
Don't
legs
you dare
too.
run for her money. Yeah. Nice. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You can see that her hair is almost like long, like strings of metal strung together.
Oh, that's cool.
I am confused. Asleep,
Oh.
why did you need me here?
I don't think I did. I just asked if you. I thought it'd be polite.
Understood. Well, I am happy to meet all of you. I will sit here.
Well, you're welcome. Are you? There's food if you eat, and drink if you drink.
I do not. I have to keep my figure.
Oh,
Ha!
That's a
Tegan will
joke.
laugh.
Ha!
Tegan
Yes.
will laugh.
Ha!
That's
Tegan will laugh.
I-
And go, I like this one.
oh.
This one.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Aw.
Asleep. Yeah, just have some. If you're interested in exploring a bit and learning a thing or two, I think I can explain that game a bit better. After, I think it might be nice to have Junie have some after traveling so much together, just a little alone time to catch up with her old friend tonight, and you and I can go and maybe with Spark if you're up for it. I have
Oh. Yes.
if you're up to, I'd love to know more about the city and there's maybe something you can help me share with Asleep, understanding some of the intricacies of
Of human life.
Hey, I'm still trying to figure it out, but
I can try.
okay, you up for that tonight, Asleep?
Aren't you half elf?
Hi, a humanoid life.
Oh.
I
Inclusivity.
guess. I. If you're up for it, that would be nice, some bonding time for us, and
Asleep, it may be a good idea to learn more.
Okay. I have journal.
Just
Oh.
thank you.
Wingman set us up. Maybe a little.
it stopped dropping. The sense slowing. Yeah.
It's
I'll take that.
level. It's level.
All right. So y'all have here. Is there anything else y'all want to accomplish at dinner before splitting ways? Okay.
Just
All
more
right.
jovial, just more fun and games and food, ice cream. Apple crisp with like ice cream melting on top, crumble
Yeah.
top apple crisp.
Yeah.
How
Mhm.
much can you eat? I'm just thinking I'm just thinking like I know this is a fantasy world, but I'm just thinking like you've had a lot of drinks, you ate a lot of mac and cheese, and now you're eating apple crisp. Like goodness.
I've made at
is-
least 3
My
trips to the
stomach's
bathroom.
hurting.
The ladies are
Fantasy.
and the ladies are helping him. Absolutely.
Mhm.
It's probably a sickening sight of him like feeding them.
Oh, gosh.
I would be overly like I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
It'd be fun. I'd be excited like me maybe.
Oh,
Just
so
excited.
glad Dribble's not here to see this.
No.
Losing this. You'd be losing it.
We'll say that y'all have a lovely another hour, and then everyone kind of splits ways to do their own thing for the after dinner activities. All right, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Can I just add one topic?
Oh yeah, sure.
Tegan will, towards the end of this, he will reach into his pocket and grab the gerbil sending stone.
Oh boy.
Terrible. We made it to altar. Kazeel is throwing a very inconspicuous grand dinner for 12 at the most expensive restaurant at the altar. I don't know if you're religious, but pray. Pray a lot.
That son of a bitch.
And that's what we'll end tonight's session.
Wow. I love it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Y'all are the best. Yeah, you have been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Mapbird Streams. Let me get up our schedule here. If you haven't followed us, please give us a follow. We have a lot of stuff again on the channel, as you can see. We have a really cool Discord server. We have gaming here and there. We've been really into Dinkum lately, along with our regular programming, so that's super fun. But yeah, so Wednesday we'll have Mad Indie Game Time at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Penumbra Assembly at 10 p.m. Eastern, which is another D&D campaign. We have more D&D this weekend with In Extremis and the Obsidian Scar. And in the meantime, we have other painting shows, other drawing shows, and the like. So, yeah, give us a follow and stay in the know. Let's see here. I think, let me see. Let me get the schedule off here. Unless you have someone, Dan, I was thinking about going to Blackwater D&D.
Sure thing. Oh, ESPD.
Oh, gosh.
Look, we're gonna pass the love on.
Stay on
That's
the
a
raid
Blackwater
train.
D&D.
Thank you
But
for the
thank
raid.
you so much for the raid. We had a very powerful session tonight.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Got some
We'll
friends
call it
behind.
that.
Yeah.
We'll call
Got
it
some new friends. Right? Thank you so much for the raid. You're so sweet and kind, and we'll pass that love along. Oh, thank you for thinking of us.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all so much, so much. All right, is it Blackwater D&D, Dan?
It's letters D-N.
Okay. Okay.
Not an ampersand.
Let me see if that works.
It's all one
All right.
thing together.
There we go. All right, because they are in
There
the
it is.
last throes of their campaign over the next
episodes
few
left, I
weeks.
think.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so give them a raid, caw. Bye bye. Okay. Bye.
Nice technical.
Bye.
Trying to give it a little bit of time since